Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, June 24th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy and Cash App $ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 10 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and I'll get into the starting lineups. Let's get it, baby. Happy Monday. And on the thumb, on the left, we have Julio Rodriguez. And on the right, we have left fielder Randy Arozarena. Let's go, baby. And let's start it off with the Seattle Mariner starting lineups. Leading off for the Mariners at shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Tridents up, baby. Let's go. Making his debut back from the injury. He's been gone for a few months. Second baseman, Jorge Polanco. What it do, Polo? Let's get it, baby. And with Polanco obviously coming back up, Tyler Locklear got sent down to AAA Tacoma Rainiers. And hopefully we'll see Tyler Locklear again at some point during the season. Batting third, playing center field, no fly zone, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Tridents up, baby. Let's get it. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, big dumper, catcher, Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, going against his former team, left fielder, Luke Raleigh. Let's go, Luke. Batting sixth, playing first base for the Mariners, Ty France. Batting seventh and playing right field this afternoon for the Mariners, Dominic Canzone. Batting eighth and DHing today for Seattle, Mitch Garver. And batting ninth, playing third base for Seattle, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. And on the mound for the Mariners, arguably their best pitcher besides Logan Gilbert with a 3-1 record, an ERA of 1.67. He was slated as the 5-hole pitcher, but now he's number 1 or number 2. We're talking about Brian. Woo! Let's go, baby. And we're going to need some fantastic pitching out of Brian Wu today. Hopefully he can go 6 innings, and hopefully we can get somewhere between 7 to 10 Ks, even though it seems like a lot of the Mariner pitchers have been averaging somewhere between 4 and 7. But at the end of the day, if we get the dub, that's all that matters. Let's go, Brian Wu. And this is going to be very crucial, okay, because the Mariners have a very tough stretch. The next 9 games at the Tampa Bay Rays, right? At home versus the Minnesota Twins, and at home versus the Baltimore Orioles. So we don't want to win 1 game out of 3 against the Rays, Twins, and Orioles and go 3-6 in the last 9 games. So this is going to be a very crucial stretch for the Seattle Mariners. Let's go, baby. Especially the Astros and Rangers are starting to get hot and gain a little bit of ground on Seattle in the American League West. And now let's get into the starting lineups for the Tampa Bay Rays. Leading off for the Rays, playing first base, Yandy Diaz. Batting in the 2-hole, playing right field, Josh Lowe. Batting third, playing left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DH today for Tampa, Isaac Paredes. Batting fifth, playing second base, Richie Palacios. Batting 6th, playing shortstop for the Rays, Taylor Walls. Batting 7th and playing center field, Jose Fidi. Batting 8th, catching tonight for the Rays, Ben Rortvedt. And batting 9th, the former Mariner, third baseman, Jose Caballero. And on the mound for Tampa with a 2-4 record, an ERA of 4.06, Taj Bradley. Let's go, baby. Not going to be an easy series here, especially when we got the Tampa Bay Rays, the Minnesota Twins, and the Baltimore Orioles and the next 3 sets. Not going to be easy whatsoever. And hopefully we can end up winning 2 out of 3 out of the 3 series. I mean, I get it if we only win 1 game against Baltimore, but hopefully we can win 2 out of 3 against the Rays and 2 out of 3 against Minnesota. It's going to be much easier said than done. But again, it is very possible we might only win 1 out of 3 on the road at Tampa, maybe only 1 out of 3 at home versus the Twins, and maybe only 1 out of 3 against Baltimore at home. It's going to be very difficult, but we still got a decent lead, on the Rangers as well as the Astros. But from having a 10-game lead, now, kind of dwindling down to only 6, if we end up struggling in these next 3 series, it could end up being very, very close between the Rangers, Astros, and Mariners for first place here in about a week and a half. Hopefully not, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's get it, baby. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety, these are things that a lot of us are going through right now or have in the past. So if you feel like you're struggling a little bit and you're going into the darkness and in the gutter, right, make some positive changes in your life. Get rid of those toxic people in your life, make some adjustments to your daily routine, exercise a little bit more, right? Maybe cut back on the fast food. Listen to music, hang out with friends, make time for yourself. And if you end up making time for yourself with your pets and whatnot, you'll be really surprised. It'll be much easier to get out of the darkness, and then you can get back to being your regular self. Big facts. Let's get it, baby. Terry in the building. What's good? How are you? Go M's. Daniel in the building. What's good? Happy Monday. Megan in the building. How are you? Let's go, baby. Ryan Wu time. You know it. And it's going to be a tough matchup. But again, even though the Rays are not a first place team, they're 38-40, 19-23 at home. They're in 4th in the AL East, so second to last. But that doesn't mean that Tampa can't beat us 3 out of 3, 2 out of 3. And hopefully we can find a way to win the series, obviously, since we got the Minnesota Twins and the Baltimore Orioles up next. John in the building. What's good? How are you? No worries. I appreciate you. $5 holla. Thank you so much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack. Bang, bang. $5 holla. 95 to go. And if you do have a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the live stream. And if you actually are in the YouTube chat side now, do your boy a solid and smash the like button. We're going to be shooting for 30 to 50 likes and 100 in the donos on every single stream. So the schedule for this week, we got a 3:40 matchup today, a 3:40 matchup tomorrow. The Mariners play at 9 a.m. on Thursday, and then I'm going to watch the game with Paisley early in the morning, but I'm not going to do the stream at 9 a.m. I'm going to end up doing the Dodgers and the White Sox, I believe, at 5 p.m. on Thursday, and then on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, we'll either take the day off or I might end up doing the Guardians and Royals. They're going to be on at 5 o'clock on FS1. So we're going to have 2 Mariners streams. Then we'll have a Dodgers stream, possibly a Guardians, Royals stream, just because the Mariners and Dodgers both have the day off on Thursday. And then we're going to be going in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday at home in Seattle going against the Minnesota Twins. Let's go, baby. Yeah, 9 a.m. is extremely early. Because again, I have to be able to look at, does it make sense to be able to do a stream, that early? And not many people are going to wake up and wipe the crust out of their eyes, hop in the stream with me that early, let alone like, share, sub, or donate. So sometimes you got to be able to make a judgment call. And also on Wednesday, it's my mom's birthday. So I figured I'd spend a little bit more time with her, spend the time watching the game in the morning. First pitch of JP Crawford for a strike, and then we'll just do the Dodger matchup at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. So that way, at least I'm putting in the grind and putting in the work. Second pitch by Bradley, low and inside, 1-1 count to JP. Let me know what you want to do for photos with your $5 dono, 95 to go, and I got you. Let me know during the commercial break or now, and I got you. Pitch is outside, 2-1 count to JP Crawford. Let's go, baby. Very important series. This one, the Minnesota Twins, as well as the Baltimore Orioles. And in that 3-game set against the Baltimore Orioles, I am going to Seattle. Big swing and a miss, 2-2 count for the rubber match on July 4th on Independence Day. The game is on at 1. So we'll leave here, in Oregon around 8, get there around 11, 11:30. Watch the game at 1. It'll be over at 4. And then we'll be back here in Oregon around 7, 7:30. 2-2 pitch to Crawford. Big swing and a miss. And there goes JP, one away. Nice job by Taj Bradley getting a K right out of the gates at JP Crawford. Okay, baby, I see you. I see you, Taj. Next up for the Seattle Mariners, making his debut. Been gone for about a month and a half, 2 months. Second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, baby. We've missed you. And hopefully you can get onto a hot streak because we need bats to heat up. And again, we need your defense as well. Otherwise, Ryan Bliss or someone else is going to take a little bit of your playing time. Not saying that he can't DH for Mitch Garver. He definitely can. But if he wants to be an everyday player and not DH, Polanco's numbers got to go up. Top of the first, 0-0 Mariners and Rays. 0-1 pitch from Bradley to Polanco. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count. And in one of his last starts, Polanco ended up going yard from both sides of the plate. He hit a home run on the left side, hit a home run on the right side. 2-1 game for the Tacoma Rainiers. And at that point, they decided, you know what, maybe he's ready, and hopefully he'll bring it here today. Let's go, Polo. 0-2 pitch from Bradley to Polanco. Chopper foul towards first base. Count remains 0-2. And again, we're going to be able to need to trade for a bat or two. But again, we haven't had Polanco in the lineup for a month or two. So, he could end up being, one of those pieces that we don't need to trade for that maybe can, bring a little bit. And I assume he'll struggle in his first couple games just because this is his first professional game in, over a month and a half. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out, 2 away. So, it might have to be in that third or fourth at-bat until he gets going, or it might end up being the third or fourth game before he gets going, but hopefully he will. Next up for the Mariners, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Try dance up, baby. We're going to need it. Let's go. Let's go, Julio. First pitch inside to Julio, 1-0 count. Let's go, baby. Brandon in the building. What's good? Okay, I got you. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss to Julio. 1-1 count. Appreciate that. Try dance up. I don't know. Like I said, the rumors, are the big names. Pete Alonso, Luis Robert Jr., Bo Bichette, and Vlad Jr., right? But I'm not really sure if we want to go that particular route, especially if it might be a rental, and they might go somewhere else the following year. Now, if we could end up trading a few pieces and having those guys long-term, then I think most Mariner fans would consider it. But we don't want to give up 3 top 100 prospects. We're number 2 in the farm system in Major League Baseball, and we've never been that high. We got about 7 or 8 guys in the top 100, so we kind of want to wait and see. But it might end up being for like a lower name, individual. If you look at the A's and the Marlins, they got a few guys there like De La Cruz and a few others that might not be the biggest name, but especially we need help in left field or right field. But Mitch Haniger's spot is probably the position we need to upgrade the most. Little dribbler right back to the pitcher. Julio, 1-2-3 inning, very easy for Tampa and Taj Bradley. But I'm thinking we're going to be looking for some of the lower name guys, kind of like moneyballing it, and trying to find guys that can actually hit and have good power, that are decent defenders in the outfield. And I don't think we really need a lot of infielders. We need a left fielder and a right fielder, someone to give Julio a little stability. Even though Luke Raleigh can play left field every day, we want to be able to figure out someone on that right side. Not saying that Mitch Haniger and Dominic Canzone can't do it, but they're just really not consistent enough. And if we give another person, in the roster to challenge Dominic Canzone and Mitch Haniger in right field, maybe we'll get the most out of the Mariners competitiveness-wise as we're going on the playoff push. And remember, we're trying to win the AL West. We're trying to end up, going to the ALDS, ALCS, and World Series. So we might need to trade for a bullpen piece, one or two, and maybe, a bat in the outfield, one or two, unless there's an infielder they feel that's good enough that could play multiple positions, as well as possibly DH as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, if we end up getting one of the big names, as long as we don't trade the whole farm, I'm okay with that as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But I do like sleeper names like Brian De La Cruz, like on the Marlins. I don't think a lot of people are talking about him, but his stat line doesn't really jump off the page, but it's definitely better than what we have right now, obviously in the outfield besides Julio. All right, let's see who's up here for the Tampa Bay Rays. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 3-1 record, 1.67 ERA, the Mariner #1 pitcher besides Logan Gilbert, Brian Woo! Let's go. We're going to need a good start here today. Tough loss at Cleveland, but hopefully he'll get it back going together here in Tampa. Leading off for the Rays, first baseman Yandy Diaz. Batting second, right fielder Josh Lowe. And batting third, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Let's go, baby. Matt in the building, what's good? Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. And I appreciate Megan and a few others for helping your boy out here. Let's see what we got going. Shout out to Megan, Matt, True North Trident, and Lauren for liking and retweeting the live stream. I appreciate that very much. We got 20 people in the room on the YouTube side, 11 on the Twitter/X side. 0-1 pitch from Woo to Diaz, fouled that one off, 0-2 count. And again, we should be able to get a good jump, in the views. Obviously, 50 to 100, especially if the game ends up being very close late. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's try to get to 20 likes within the first hour. Big swing and a miss. There goes Yandy Diaz, 1K already. Let's go. And it looks like right now, out of the 20 people that are on the YouTube side, we only have 9 likes. So if you are watching, do your boy a solid in between pitches, smash that like button, and then get back to me calling the game, and it'll really help us out. So again, 19, 20 people in the room, only 9 likes, one more to get to 10. Let's get to 20 likes in the first hour. Let's go. Nice punch out by Brian Woo to get us going. Nice job, Brian. I like that. First pitch to Josh Lowe. Fouls that one back, 0-1 count. Here we go, Brian. Let's go for 7 to 10 Ks a day, baby. Give me this energy. Let's go. Next up for the Rays, after the punch out to Diaz, right fielder Josh Lowe. 0-1 pitch from Woo to Lowe. In there for a strike. Wow, called a ball? You got to be kidding me. Right there in the strike zone, called a ball, 1-1 count. I don't know what we're going to get here out of this ump, but hopefully it's consistent. Eric in the building, what's good? Matt in the building, what's good? 1-1 pitch. In there in the zone for a strike. Low in the corner, 1-2 count. Should already have been a punch out, 1-2-3, but it is what it is. And again, this is going to be very tough. On the road in Tampa for 3 games. 3 games set at home versus the Twins, who are very good, top 10 team, and then a top 3 team in the Baltimore Orioles at home. And in that very last game, I'll be in Seattle rooting them on. And hopefully I can get a Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, Cal Raleigh, or Julio Ball when I go. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the first, 0-0, 2-2 count from Woo to Lowe. And Woo's only loss was at Cleveland against the Guardians, another top 10 team. Lowe pops up. There he is, Luke Raleigh, the former Ray. He needs revenge on his former team. Jose Caballero playing in this game as well, the former Mariner from last year. Good to see both of them there on their respective teams. 2 away for Brian Woo. Let's go, baby. Next up, the most influential name on the Tampa Bay Rays. You've seen him in the home run derby as well as the All-Star game in the past, Randy Arozarena. And obviously his numbers are a little bit lower than anticipated going into 2024, but you never can count out Randy. Randy would be an awesome Seattle Mariner, but he's like the face of the franchise for Tampa, so there's no way they're going to get rid of a player like him, even though he only is batting 190, 10 home runs, and 27 ribbies. Much, much lower than we anticipate. With Randy, we typically feel 250 to 280 batting average. So he's definitely slumping a little bit, but at least he's got 10 jacks, and I assume that he'll get 20 to 25 by the time the season ends. Last 3 games for Randy, though, 345 average, 10 for 29, 2 homers, and 7 ribbies. So the batting average is going up in the hot weather here in June. Good to see Randy pick it up. Just hopefully not against the Mariners. 2-0 pitch from Wu to Randy. Randy pops it up behind the plate, foul, 2-1 count. Lauren in the building, what's good? Let's go, baby. Bottom of the first, 0-0, Mariners and Rays. 2-1 count from Wu to Rosarena. Oh, there's a single. Right up the middle. Nice job, Randy. I got to stop complimenting players as soon as I do it. You know, when I give love and respect to the other team, those studs end up coming up big. Nice single there for Randy. Next up, DHing for the Rays, Isaac Paredes. But I'm thinking, you know, maybe like an Athletics, you know, Brent Rooker, you know, is a sleeper guy. And obviously Brian De La Cruz on the Marlins. It might not be the big Bo Bichette, Vlad Jr., you know, Pete Alonso, Luis Robert Jr. that a lot of Mariner fans are hoping for. But as long as the player, whoever it is that comes in, and they actually play well, that's really all that matters. We just need a couple more bats. And I'll be getting those for you here in just a moment. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. 280 average for Isaac, 11 homers and 39 ribbies. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. One pitch. Paredes pops up. Raleigh's there. Oh, shit. Get out of the way. Rojas. We had 4 players converging on that play. Wow. Oh, they called it a foul ball? Oh, because it hit the ceiling? Boo! Get out of here with that. You got to be shitting me. So if it ends up hitting an obstruction up on the ceiling, and then if we catch it, then it doesn't count, that's stupid. Get out of here with that. Aaron and Moose don't got no time for that. Come on, baby. We need to get an out for that karma play. Let's go, baby. There we go, Paredes. Right there, routine play for Polanco. Nice to see Polo back into the lineup. Good defense, Polo. We see you. End of the first inning, 0-0, Mariners and Rays. Let's go, baby. If I can get some Hell on Wheels photos for you here, Megan. We're at 5. Let's try to get to a hundo. 95 to go. See if I can squeeze in like 3 here before the commercial break ends. Maybe 4. Just depends if they load fast enough. Appreciate you. Leading off for the Mariners here in the top of the second, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. Batting second, going against his former team, the Tampa Bay Rays, left fielder Luke Raleigh. He definitely was an X factor on their team last year. Glad he's on the Mariners this year. And batting third, first baseman Ty France. Let's go, baby. And on the mound for the Rays, again, 2-4 record, an ERA of 4.06, Taj Bradley. We'll make sure we give plenty of love to both teams. Oh, 1 pitch to Cal Raleigh. Pitches inside towards the knees. 1-1 count. Let's go, baby. Let's go, big dumper. Let's get back on track, baby. Let's go, Cal. 1-1 pitch. Good eye. Pitches low and outside. 2-1 count. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's try to get to those 20 likes within the first hour, and that'll set the tone and help us get to 30 to 50 really easy once we get those initial likes out of the way. There we go. We're at 13, 14 right now. Appreciate you. 6 more to get to 20 to hit that goal within the first hour. Thank you so much. We got 31 people in the building, and again, that'll go up to 60, 70, 80, and above 100 if the game gets close late in the matchup. Raleigh pops that one up. Foul. Count remains 2-2. Let's go, big dumper. You're overdue for a home run, baby. Bring some electricity to the lineup. Let's go. Have fun out there, Cal. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is high. 3-2 count. Count is full. We got to get Cal Raleigh's batting average up to 250 to 300, not 195 to 220. Let's go. No problem, Megan. Anything for you. I appreciate you. Use your eyes, Cal. Don't swing if you don't need to. 3-2 pitch. There we go. We'll take a walk. Hell yeah. I like that. Cal Raleigh to first. Next up, left fielder Luke Raleigh. And I anticipate Luke having a big series against his former team. You know, obviously, same thing with Jose Caballero. Obviously, they're a former Mariner last year on Tampa now. I imagine both players are going to, try their best to really put on a show in this particular series. Let's go, Luke. Love me some Luke Raleigh. Probably one of the more favorite Mariners that we brought in for a trade. Sometimes the trades don't really work out. The Paul Sewald trade worked out. Ryan Bliss, Dominic Canzone, Hollywood Josh Rojas. I like those guys. Luke Raleigh for Jose Caballero. So I feel that in those 2 trades, it's the first time in a long time that I think we won both of those trades. Raleigh crushes that one towards first base towards right field, but foul. 1-1 count. Let's go, Luke. But the number one reason I like Luke Raleigh is his work ethic. He's got the best work ethic on the team. He's best buds with Cal Raleigh. So I already know we're going to get the most out of both of those players, them pushing each other, obviously, with the hard work and effort and the discipline that they put in, not only on the field, but off the field. 1-1 pitch. Low and into the dirt by Bradley. 2-1 count. Let's go, Luke. Oh, it's all good. You can always rotate back and forth between the two. I had to start another file for you, the Anson Hell on Wheels file. So it's all good. It'll just make it easier for me to be able to, grab things from the elites and the goats on the channel instead of having to, do a search every time, just having them in the file already, and then I can go and I can cycle through them a lot faster. Top of the second, 0-0 Mariners and Rays. Runner at first, Cal Raleigh. 2-2 count to Luke Raleigh from Bradley. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Nice punch out there by Bradley. 1 away. All right, Taj, I see you. Nice job. Just don't make that a habit, baby. Next up for the Mariners, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Big swing and a miss. He was going for the bleachers on that swing. 0-1 count. 237 average, 7 homers, and 27 ribbies. And even though I really liked Tyler Locklear, getting called up, obviously bringing, Jorge Polanco back, from AAA after the injury was healed, someone had to go down. And at least this will give Tyler Locklear a chance to play every day for the Tacoma Rainiers. And maybe we'll see Tyler later on in the season. But if not, I know he'll do well there in Tacoma, our AAA affiliate. 0-2 count. Pitch on the corner, but call the ball. 1-2 count. Should have been a punch out there on Ty France. It looks like the ump, his strike zone is a little bit different than some of the other umps we've seen in the last few series against the Guardians and against the Marlins. Come on, Ty. 1-2 pitch. That one is on the zone. Got him. 2 away. Split right on the corner. There goes Ty France. 2 away. He's not happy. Next up, right fielder, Dominic Canzone. And besides Dominic Canzone and Mitch Haniger, we need to be able to figure out someone maybe slightly better that we can get, in the trade deadline to upgrade that position. We need to upgrade left field and right field unless they make Luke Raley the everyday left fielder. If that's the case, then you got Luke Raley in left field, Julio in center, and then we have 2 guys right now platooning, actually 3, Dylan Moore, right? You got Mitch Haniger as well as Dominic Canzone, but we need to find a little bit better of a bat in right field, someone that has a little bit higher of a batting average. And obviously we feel comfortable with all those guys defending in left field or right field, but it's just the bat. We need someone that be able to hit a little bit better in right field. 0-1 pitch to Dominic Canzone. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count. Come on, Dom. Go, baby. Oh, 2 pitch from Taj Bradley to Canzone. Dribbler towards first, foul. Count remains 0-2. Two pitch to Dominic Canzone. Got him. Bradley has been heating up. Nice job by Taj Bradley, man. All right, Taj. You are just beating the shit out of the Mariners already. 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Unbelievable. But the Mariners are the number 1 strikeout team in baseball, so I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. But damn, 5 in 2 innings. I mean, Jesus. That means you almost could have had 6 if you ended up getting that first one and instead of walking Cal Raleigh. Unbelievable. Well, Brian Wu only has 1 K so far, but again, it's still 0-0. Let's go to the bottom of the second and see who's up next for Tampa. So it might end up being one of these games where we have to wait for Taj Bradley to go out, and then the Mariners have to go in the 7th, 8th, and 9th and try to get as many hits and runs to win in the last 3 innings. At least that's the way it's pacing. Next up for the Rays, playing second base in the 5-hole, Richie Palacios. Batting second this inning in the 6-hole, shortstop Taylor Walls. And batting third, center fielder Jose Cedi. Try to squeeze a few of these in for you. We're at 5:95 to go. Appreciate you. Let's go, Brian. Set the tone, baby. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 count. Got you. Palacios, 0-1 pitch. Right in between the gap for a single. Next up for the Rays, Taylor Walls. Nice hit by Palacios there. Double play, flip it, one, and only could get one there. Fielder's choice with the runner out. Missed opportunity there. Wish we could have got a double play, but JP had no throw there. Next up for the Rays, center fielder Jose Citi. Big swing and a miss by Siri. All right, we're at 15 likes. We got 26 people in the room. We need 5 out of the 26 more to smash the like button, and we'll be at the goal for the first hour. We're at 15 likes. We need to be at 20 within the first hour. 26 people watching on the YouTube side, 12 on the Twitter/X side. Do your boy a solid. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. And definitely it's been helping, for all the people that think that, a simple like doesn't matter. It really does, because the moment that we start getting, 30 to 50 likes instead of 20 to 25, we get more recommendations, on the channel to people browsing, and the sub count has gone up, the views have gone up. Instead of getting 300 to 600, we've been going from that to about 800 to 2,000. So every little piece of effort counts on the channel. So if you could do your boy a solid and smash that like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Try to get to 30 to 50 likes and keep the streak going. Bottom of the second, 0-0 Mariners and Rays. Little mound visit there. Cal Raleigh and Brian Wu. Ended up watching House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 2 last night, and watched Season 2 and 3 of Sweet Tooth and finished that up. So definitely we'll have to see where I want to go next, and I know the Acolyte will be on tomorrow, and there'll be something new that I'll get myself into on, obviously, the TV side. 0-2 pitch. That one chopped. Going foul right onto the first base, and then bouncing into Ty France's mitt. Hi, Paisley. Paisley Pup in the building, hanging out. This is Dad. Bottom of the second, 0-0 Mariners and Rays. Brian Woo on the mound. Jose Siri in the box. 0-2 pitch. Chopper towards third, foul. Count remains 0-2. And it's going to be very important to win 2 out of 3 in this series. 2 out of 3 against Minnesota at home, and we'll probably only win 1 out of 3 against Baltimore, unless we get extremely lucky and we can win 2 out of 3. And hopefully they end up winning the game that I go to, obviously on July 4th. Hopefully I'll end up getting a souvenir or 2 as well. Because if I end up getting a ball, that'll be 4 baseballs and 8 games, and I'm not going to be knocking anybody over like some people do when they go to games. So want to make sure the kids are having a good time. All 5 seasons. Yeah, I probably won't get into that show right away, but maybe later in summer, after I get a few other shows out of the way, I'll get into that one. Pitches outside, 1-2 count from Wu to Siri. But I always appreciate the recommendation on your shows. And obviously, I'm watching Gordon Ramsay MasterChef Generations. I'm watching that right now. Got to have at least one Gordon Ramsay show in the book. New episodes are currently playing. Pitches outside. 2-2 count. Let's go, Brian. We need you, baby. Time is called. Let's go, baby. We got the Northwest Green Teals on today. Let's go. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Cantone is there in right field. 2 away. Next up for the Rays, catcher Ben Rortvedt. Jacob in the building. What's good? So I might end up doing the Guardians and the Royals on Thursday. So Wednesday is actually my mom's birthday, and the Mariners play at 9 a.m. And so the chances of me being able to get a good turnout for likes, subs, views, and donos at 9 a.m., not the greatest time slot, So I'm going to end up doing this game today. I'm going to do the Seattle Mariners and the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow, game number 2. I'll watch on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. to noon with Paisley. We're going to do Dodgers and White Sox at 5. And then on Thursday, the Dodgers and Mariners both have the day off, and I might end up doing the Guardians versus the Royals, since I know we have fans, obviously, on the channel for both teams, and those are 2 of the top 10 teams in baseball, obviously Mariner rivals and American League rivals, and obviously rivals to each other, so I might end up doing that on Thursday for y'all. And you guys play at FS1 at 5 o'clock on Thursday. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll be doing the Mariners versus the Minnesota Twins. And that'll be a tough series as well. I mean, it's the best matchup on the card on Thursday. And the time slot kind of works for me. So, trying to do games, at 5 o'clock, is a little bit better. 5, 6, 7 p.m. is a little bit better than 9 a.m. And it's not like I'm not going to watch the Mariner game on Wednesday morning. I'm going to be rooting them on, yelling at the TV with my pup. But, just doing a stream for it, I don't think it really makes a lot of sense at 9 a.m. 10 a.m., 10:30, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes with the views and the donos, but I figure 9 a.m. is a little bit too early. Now, if I knew that we would definitely 100% for sure hit goal, I would do it. But again, it's like I don't necessarily want to wake up super early, and have to rearrange my whole schedule and have limited people and end up getting like a 0. That's not worth my time. So I want to make sure that my time is worth something, especially when I put, 150% in on every stream that I do, fully producing the show and having to make the thumbnail and all. So 1-2 pitch. Got him. Rortvedt sit down. End of the second inning, 0-0 Mariners and Rays. But at least I can do the Dodgers there on Wednesday, for my dad and for all the Dodger fans on the channel. Even though the matchup isn't the greatest, you want a better matchup than the White Sox, but it is what it is. And then on Thursday, we've got Royals and Guardians on FS1, and I'm leaning towards either taking the day off or doing that game. But I don't like being lazy, and I like to grind, so chances are we'll probably end up doing that game on Thursday as well. All right, let's see who's up here next for the Seattle Mariners here in the top of the third. We're knotted up at 0. Leading off for the Mariners, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting second in this inning, third baseman in the 9-hole, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. And back at the top of the order, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. All right, we're at 16. We need 4 more likes to get to 20. We got 26 people in the room. So we got 9 people that haven't smashed the like button just yet. Someone just did. Thank you so much. We're at 17. We need 3 more out of the 9 that are in the room that haven't done it yet. And then we'll be at the goal for the first hour. Thank you so much. 17, 3 more to get to 20. Let's go. Yeah, I'm leaning on towards doing it, and again, it all depends if the Mariners aren't playing and the Dodgers aren't playing, then I got to be able to look at the matchup. And, based on that particular, day, it's by far the best matchup, and it's on FS1. It's a global or national broadcast. So, and I like watching both of those teams. I like, I know they're rivals, and we've had a tough time against the Guardians and Royals, but that might be the team that eliminates the Mariners in the playoffs or vice versa. So anytime I can do some extra scouting, on rivals in the American League, Guardians, and Royals, even though we played both of them, and then we got the Twins coming up here after this particular series at home. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that matchup so that way I can keep the grind going. I got a lot of bills to pay, so I got to put in the work. Popped up. Garver, 1 away. Hopefully Mitch can get going later in this matchup. Next up for the Mariners, third baseman, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Let's go, Hollywood. Back when Hollywood was in the 9-hole at the beginning of the year when we were struggling with J.P., Polanco, and Julio all batting 150, Rojas was batting 300 to 350. So maybe putting him back in the 9-hole, he'll get back on track. Rojas, center field, is Siri, 2 away. At least he connected on that ball deep. Good sign. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford, 0 for 1 with a K. And hopefully we can get some electricity going. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait for Taj Bradley to go out for us to start raking. And it kind of feels like that might be the case. Bradley has been amazing today. Pitches inside to Crawford. 1-0 count. Guardians and Orioles is also a good one on Wednesday, but if that game was on like 2 hours later, I probably would end up doing that one over even the Dodger game. But the Dodger fan base, you're going to get a lot of people from Japan and a lot of people globally. So, and I know I can get 1,000 to 1,200 people on any Dodger stream that I do, minimum. So. All right, no worries. Take your time. Top of the third, 0-0 Mariners and Rays with 2 outs. 2-1 count to J.P. Crawford. 2-1 pitch. Chopper towards first. There we go, J.P. Nice job. Nice job, J.P. There we go. Nice single for J.P. Crawford. Let's see if we can keep it going. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman Jorge Polanco. First game back in over a month and a half due to the injury, and we'll see if he can end up helping this team out, because we definitely need the bats to start going. And again, we need to trade for at least 1 or 2 bats and maybe 1 or 2 bullpen pieces. And realistically, I could see them not doing anything in the bullpen, but it would be smart to get at least 1. And hopefully we get at least 1 bat, but I think I would enjoy to have 2. But we'll have to wait and see on what happens before the deadline. Darren, let's go, baby. Trident's up. How are you, bro? Polanco is back, but again, a lot of us, going into the point where Polanco ended up getting hurt, prior to that, only batting 194, 5 homers, limited ribbies. With him and Garver, it was a big disappointment within the first 2 months. And then Garver got better in June, but Polanco has been hurt for the last month and a half. And really the only player that we traded for that did well is Luke Raleigh. Obviously in this past offseason. So hopefully Polanco can get hot like Garv did a few weeks ago, and now he's starting to kind of go on a decline and slide as well with Cal Raleigh. But hopefully Garv and Cal can go back up, and hopefully Polanco can bring us something, because again, we can't have a player that we spent so much money for, and it was like the biggest free agent signing, batting fucking, under 200 with 5 homers, right? 14 ribbies. That's not good enough. We might as well bring guys up from AAA and see what they can do, And I'm glad that we had Tyler Locklear come up. But in all honesty, I think I would rather have Tyler Locklear than Polanco. But, obviously one's going to play first base or DH and the other is going to play second base or shortstop or DH and Polanco. But again, sometimes it's about politics and money, right? It's like you can't necessarily have a guy that you paid big money for from another team, and then all of a sudden he gets hurt, and then you just send him to AAA. I mean, I guess you could, but it's kind of an unorthodox type of thing. But again, if a player's not playing well, you got to do what you got to do. Top of the third, 0-0 Mariners and Rays, but I don't expect Polanco to do anything for the first couple games. And he takes a strike looking. It's just like Polanco never left after a month and a half ago, still not doing anything in the box. JP gets stranded at first. Let's go to the bottom of the third inning. 0-0 Mariners and Rays. And we're lucky to be at 0-0 right now based on how Taj Bradley's been pitching. He's been very, very good. Hopefully we can keep Brian Wu can keep their hitters in check. Bradley, 2-4 record, 4.06 ERA. But based on what he's doing today against the Mariners, you would think he is 4-2 with a 2.06 ERA. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Wu, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 Ks. Come on, baby. Let's see who's up next for the Tampa Bay Rays. 2 up for the Rays, the former Seattle Mariner last year, third baseman, Jose Caballero. Batting second at the top of the order, first baseman, Yandy Diaz. And batting third, right fielder, Josh Lowe. Let's go, Mariners. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health, addiction, depression, anxiety. These are things that a lot of us go through or have gone through in the past. So if you feel like you're slipping into the darkness, make some positive changes to your daily routine. Exercise, eat less fast food, listen to music, spend time with your pets. Making time to exercise and go for a walk. You'd be really surprised if you make those minor adjustments to your daily routine. It'll help you get out of the darkness quicker, and you can win the day. Joe Dirt approved. Let's go. All right, we got 43 people in the building. All right, we hit the 20 likes within the first hour. You guys are awesome. We got 29 people watching in the building. 8 of them haven't smashed the like button, but 21 have. So thank you so much. We're at 21. We need 9 more to get to 30. We want to try to shoot for 30 to 50 likes on every screen to take us to that next jump. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. 43 people in the building. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. And if the game is close in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, the viewership will double or triple, just like it did with the White Sox and the Marlins. Bottom of the third, 0-0 Mariners and Rays. 1-0 pitch from Wu to Caballero. Big swing and a miss against his former team. 1-1 count. And a lot of the Mariner players came up to Jose and shared a nice hug and a conversation. Always good to be able to see a former Mariner on their new team, and obviously being able to reminisce about the old school times. 1-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. 2-1 count to Jose. 33 runs this season, leading the team. Two-one pitch from Wu to Caballero. Top foul. 2-2 count. We definitely won that trade to get Luke Raley for Jose. And we had plenty of people that can play shortstop, second base, and third base. So to get Luke Raley, someone can play left field, center field, right field, first base, or DH. We definitely won that trade. Pitches outside, 3-2 count. Come on, Wu. We need you, Brian. Let's go, baby. You had your first loss against the Guardians on the road, which is very tough. Time is called. Go, Brian. Focus, baby. This is the number one pitcher on the Mariners with Logan Gilbert. Right now, the pecking order probably goes, Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Luis Castillo, and Bryce Miller by far is our worst pitcher right now. Chopper. Polo is there. Throw to France. 1 away. Next up for the Rays, leading off at first base, 0 for 1 with a K, Yandy Diaz. Chopper, right past Ty France. Diaz singled to right. Nice hit by Yandy Diaz there. Francis a little out of position. Next up for the Rays, right fielder, Josh Lowe. He's 0 for 1. Let's make it 0 for 2. So 3:40 tomorrow, Matt. And then again on Wednesday and Thursday, it'll be at 5 o'clock on both streams on Wednesday and Thursday, Pacific time. Chopper towards first base, foul. And hopefully, as the Mariners continue to do better and better and better, the channel will do better, with more views, subs, likes, shares, and donos. And then we can carry that momentum over into the NFL and college football season, doing Ducks, as well as a lot of the Big Ten SEC games, as well as many, many NFL games, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tampa games, and a few others. That one chop foul, 0-2 count by Josh Lowe. And I'm going to try to push as much as I can, to do 4 games throughout the week. Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night, and then doing a morning or afternoon game prior, to the Sunday night game. But also I got to do reaction videos for the NFL games and college. So that takes a lot of time and effort. So I might have to sacrifice, doing an additional NFL stream to do the, the reaction videos, which I know we can get a lot of subs and a lot of views on those. And I've been doing those since the beginning of the channel. That was like one of the first things that I started doing. So 1-2 pitch. Chop foul. We're at 22 likes, 8 more to get to 30. That's a big part of my diet, man. Ever since I stopped eating fast food and not drinking soda and doing a lot of the healthy food. Another hit right up the middle to Julio Rodriguez. Runners at first and second for the Rays. But I do, blueberries, strawberries, watermelon. That's a big part of the diet to go from, 270 pounds to 188 is where I'm at now. So it's a good alternative instead of doing cookies and chips all the time. Next up for the Rays, left fielder Randy Arozarena. He's 1 for 1. We got runners at first and second on Brian Wu in the bottom of the third. We need to make sure we get Randy out. Otherwise, we're going to be down 1 or 2-0 this inning. Randy is a stud. One for one in a single in the first inning from Randy. We need a double play. Pitch outside of the zone, but called strike. That was about a foot off the plate, but good framing by Cal Raleigh. 0-1 count. Bad call by the ump, but as long as they call that both ways. 0-1 pitch from Wu to Rosarina, right down the middle for a strike. 0-2 count. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Brian. O2 pitch. Pitch is outside. 1-2 count to Rosarina. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Nice job, Brian. 2 away. Nice job by Brian. Woo! There we go, baby. Nice job. Third K for Brian Wu, trying to catch up to Taj Bradley's 6, but we'll take it. Nice job, Brian. Next up for the Rays, 0 for 1, Isaac Paredes. .279 average, 11 homers, and 39 ribbies in 2024. We're at 23 likes. We need 7 more to get to 30. Let's get there, baby. 43 people watching. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Love ya. Appreciate ya. One count to Paredes. Big swing and a miss to Paredes. 1-2 count. Let's go, Brian. Let's go. One-two pitch from Wu to Paredes. Oh, that was really high. Almost hit him in the head. 2-2 count from Wu to Paredes. Let's go, baby. Come on, Brian. Chop towards third base. Foul. Count remains 2-2. We're at 24. 6 more to go to get to 30. Let's get it, baby. Try to get out of this inning. We got to keep Wu clean as possible because we already know hits and runs are going to be not easy to get in these next 3 series. The Rays, the Twins, and the Orioles. Popped up a mile. Should be a routine play for Seattle. Hollywood Josh Rojas with the out. We leave 2 stranded, baby. There we go. Still knotted up at 0. Great job, Brian Wu, as well as Hollywood Rojas on that defense. End of the third, 0-0, Mariners and Rays. See what Taj Bradley's stats are going into this inning. So he's 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks for Taj Bradley. And then for Brian Wu, after finishing that inning, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 3 Ks. Let's go, baby. ERA of 1.55, though, so we love that. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners in the top of the 4th inning. Let's get some runs, baby. Leading off for the Mariners, center fielder, 0 for 1, Julio Rodriguez. Try dance up, baby. Let's go. We need you. Bring that electricity in the lineup. We need it. Let's go, Julio. Batting second, 0 for 0, and a base on ball. Catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a K. Left fielder, the former Ray, Luke Raleigh. Let's go, baby. Let's get some revenge on your former team. Get that electricity going, baby. Let's get it. The Mariner moves early. Good vibes only. Julio swings at that first pitch. Back into the warning track. 1 away. Be a little bit more patient, Julio. That's your problem. You're always swinging at that first pitch, regardless if it's a strike or a ball, and you're hurting the team by doing that. Batting second, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. First pitch to Cal, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Go, dumper. 0-1 pitch. Cal. Uh-oh. Back. Let's go. That's my guy. Big dumper, homer to right center, 423 feet. 1-0 Mariners. I told you at the beginning of the broadcast that he was due, and he fucking delivered. Let's go. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Hell yeah. 1-0 Seattle. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Crush it, baby. Yes. Fuck yeah, baby. Let's go. Nice job. Trident's up, baby. Hell yeah. Next up is Luke Raleigh, 1-0 count. Raleigh, chop towards first, could be a routine play. 2 away. Good effort by Raleigh, running hard to first. That's one thing that you don't see very many players do. Run hard to first every single time, even when it looks like they're 99% out. Like there's just no way they're going to be able to get to first base safe. And, once in a while, he'll end up stealing one where it could be a 50-50. A tie goes to the runner. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, baby. Good start here for the Mariners. Ty pops it up. And there is the end of the top of the 4th inning. Routine play for the Rays there. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Seattle. Nice job. Big dumper, baby. Fuck yeah. Nice job. Way to bring that electricity in the lineup and way to get us on the board before the 6th inning. because we don't really know. Taj Bradley might pitch into the 6th or 7th inning. So, hits and home runs are going to be far and few between. And I'm really happy that Cal got us on the board with a 1-0 lead. Nice job, Big Dumper. You need it, too. We need to get that batting average up. Mariner Moose is very happy. Let's see who's up next here for the Tampa Bay Rays in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next up for the Rays, playing second base, 1-for-1, Richie Palacios. Batting second, 0-for-1, shortstop, Taylor Walls. And batting third, 0-for-1, center fielder, Jose Siri. Let's go, Mariners. STL in the building. What's good? All right, baby. We're at 23 likes, 7 more to get to 30. We got 32 people in the room, 24 likes. We need 8 more to smash the like button, and we'll be at 32. We have 48 people in the room. The other half are watching on Twitter/X. 6 more to get to 30. Let's get it, baby. What a homer by Cal Raleigh. Love that. STL, you've been enjoying the NASCAR Cup Series this year? It's been pretty exciting. Every single week it feels like it's someone new, that's getting the dub, and there's not really one single driver that's dominating the field. There's about 2 or 3 that have a couple wins apiece, 2 or 3 wins, but it definitely feels like it's up for grabs this year, the championship. But you could say that every year. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Seattle. Next up in the box for the Rays, second baseman Richie Palacios. 1-for-1 with a single in the second. 0-1 pitch from Wu to Palacios. Big swing and a miss behind in the count, 0-2. Richie, 242 average, 4 homers and 15 ribbies in 2024. We're at 5, 95 to go. 0-2 pitch, right up the middle in between the second baseman and shortstop, Polanco and JP. Nice single there for Richie. Nice glasses and goggles. Next up for the Rays, shortstop, Taylor Walls. 0-for-1. Let's see if we can make it 0-for-2. Maybe we can get a double play here. Top foul by Walls, 0-1 count. Here we go, baby. 4 more to get to 30. We're almost there. 26 likes, 4 more to get to the number. Yeah, I watch every race. Sometimes I even watch the Xfinity or the Truck Series if I get bored. All right, bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Seattle. Now they have a mound visit with the trainers and Scott Service with Brian Wu. Hopefully he's okay, but taking a look at his leg or his knee, making sure he's okay. And obviously, if he has to go out, we want to make sure we have him long term. We don't want him to go back to the IL, especially with the Bryce Miller struggles that we've had. I mean, again, if he feels a little bit off, we need to pull him. Unfortunate, but we'll see what happens here. They're having a big discussion here. You got all of the players, the trainer, and Scott Service all surrounding Brian Wu. He's going to talking to the ump right now as well. He's doing a couple stretches, and he's going to try to give it a go, and we'll see. So this might be the last inning that we end up seeing Brian Wu. But he's just stretching that leg out. I don't know if it's a cramp or whatnot. He's stretching like it's a cramp, but I don't know. Nope. Something's wrong with his leg. Wow. He tried to push off on that leg, and he had no... I don't know if he just twisted it wrong or what happened there, but it looked like a regular delivery. But it looks like Wu, and he tweaked his leg somehow, and he can't put any weight on it, so he's going to go out. That's unfortunate. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and we're going to be able to see him. You know, he seems like he struggles with injuries quite a bit. That's tough. He's got a minor limp as he's walking here to the dugout. Hopefully it's not season ending, and hopefully it's not going to put him on the IL. Fuck. Fucking A, man. You know, just when we got Wu back, and we've had Wu injured in the first month and a half in the last 2 seasons. You know, and he was a 5-hole pitcher. He would give up, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs, 2 or 3 home runs every game that he pitched. Then he got much better this year. Only really got fucked up by the Guardians, but who doesn't get fucked up by the Guardians when you're playing in Cleveland? You know, so going into the game, his ERA was at 1, and he had a 3-0 record, dropped down to 3-1. And obviously now something tender with that leg and couldn't put any weight on it. I'm hoping it doesn't look like it was like a tear. It maybe looked like a tweak, to something with his knee or his leg, but he couldn't put any weight on it. And he's going to the dugout. We might not see Bryan Woo for a couple weeks. Fucking A, man. As long as it's not season ending. That sucks. But at least it happened in the 4th, not like in the 1st inning. So at least we have a 1-0 lead, and hopefully whoever they decide to bring in doesn't fuck this up for us. And I think it's going to be Taylor Saucedo coming in. Hopefully Taylor doesn't blow it. Fuck. Tough break for Bryan Woo. 3+ innings, 5 hits, no runs, 0 walks, 3 Ks, 60 pitches, 12 of the first 15 for strikes, 80%, right? But again, just can't stay fucking healthy. Brutal. And you have arguably your best pitcher other than Logan Gilbert can't stay healthy. I would assume that means Emerson Hancock will be coming back up. And obviously, Bryce Miller has been struggling. Emerson Hancock, is kind of hit or miss. So we really need Castillo, George Kirby, and Logan Gilbert to hold it down while we wait for the others to catch up. Tough, man. My phone is blowing up with Bryan Woo stuff. So if you're just tuning in, Bryan Woo just went down with an injury on the top of the 4th. Cal Raleigh homered to right center to be able to give us a 1-0 lead. But obviously right after that happened, and then Tampa was going into their run in the bottom of the 4th, something happened with that leg. It didn't look like it was an ACL, MCL, PCL tear or an Achilles or anything like that. But it just looked like he kind of tweaked the leg as his release after he threw the pitch. And he kind of landed funny. Nothing crazy. He didn't fall to the ground or anything, but you could tell he had a little bit of a slight limp. He tried to stretch it out, went from a warm-up pitch, and couldn't put any weight on it. So he is heading to the dugout, maybe for an MRI in the back. And hopefully we'll see Bryan Woo sooner than later. And he's already been injured quite a bit within the first couple seasons. Missed the first month and a half last year and this year to start the season. And we just got Bryan Woo back. And now he's injured again. So, fucking tough. All right, Sauce coming in the game. Usually I like him coming in when he only needs to get like one out. I'm not really sure. I think I like Sauce coming in, at the top of an inning. Usually when Sauce comes in at the top of an inning, he's terrible. Sometimes he can hit the zone, but a lot of times it's like wide left, and you're already like 2-0, 3-0 in the count. So hopefully he'll find the strike zone within the first couple pitches. So that way he doesn't get down in that 2-0, 3-0 count, which he typically does when he has to start off an inning. It's either way inside or way outside, but we'll see what happens here. First pitch, throw to first. Wild pitch to first base. What an idiot. And there goes. Fucking A. Pull him already. I mean, if you can't even throw a pitch from the mound to first base, Palacio goes from a wild pitch from first to third. Out. Get out of there. Again, I know he's got, some Pacific Northwest ties, but this motherfucker, he fucking fucks up more than anybody in the bullpen. What kind of throw is that? You're throwing to first base 5 feet from Ty France's glove, and then now you have a guy on third instead of first. Idiot. And I know some people like Sauce, but again, I only like him when we have to have one out to get. When we put him in at the top of an inning, he fucks up every fucking time. Another wild pitch. And there brings in a run. Now it's 1-1. Get his ass out of there. Jesus Christ. 2 pitches that weren't even pitches. 1 to first, wild pitch, first to third, and then another wild pitch, and then the guy goes from third to home, and there goes our 1-0 lead. What a fucking bum. Get his ass out of there. Jesus Christ. You don't even deserve to have a photo, my guy. Photo deleted. Never going to get one ever again. Christ. There goes our momentum. Pitch is outside. 2-1 count. Fucking terrible. Jesus Christ. This guy's the worst bullpen guy that we have on the roster. I know we complained about Robbie Ray and some others that we had, either starters or bullpen, but this guy's the absolute fucking worst, dude. And I don't care if he's from the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, if you're from Oregon and Washington, yeah, sometimes I'll root for you. But if you keep fucking up over and over again, I could care less if you're fucking from Portland, Gresham, Corvallis, fucking Eugene, Seattle, Vancouver, Tacoma. I could give 2 fucks where you're from. You're fucking it up for us. And again, this is a guy that isn't very good. Fuck, I don't know if he's worse than Pizzardo. Pizzardo came up, gave up the 5 runs against the Rangers, but then the last time that we had him, he ended up getting us the save at the end of the game, right? So I would say Pizzardo and him are the 2 worst. And maybe after what Sauce did here today, maybe Sauce is the number 1, at the bottom now. The number 1 worst, Pizzardo number 2. Now, if Pizzardo would have fucked up on that last save attempt and gave up 5 runs again, then I would say, yes, Pizzardo 1, Sauce 2. But I'm thinking maybe Sauce is going to get the number 1 spot right now. And then Pizzardo shouldn't even be on the team. Garbage. And it's like we just lost Brian Wu. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, this guy doesn't hit the strike zone worth of shit, man. Always wide left, wide high, wide low, into the dirt, wild pitch. I mean, it's ridiculous to have a throw to first and have a runner go to first to third and then have another wild pitch and then have the game fucking tied. Are you kidding me? Now's another base hit. Runners at first and second. Pull him. I mean, how many guys? I mean, I know we're probably limited with pitchers, but there's got to be someone better than Pizzardo or Sauce that you can bring into the game. Jesus Christ. That's why we need bullpen guys. It's just as important to get a hitter or 2 for right field for Haniger. We need to be able to get some hitters, but we also need bullpen guys. We need 2 hitters and 2 bullpen guys because the guys that we have are not good. Fucking A. Runners at first and second with no outs, and if we don't make a move here, what is Scott Service going to do? He's going to wait until we get down 4-1, at the end of this inning, and then pull him like a fucking idiot. You got to pull him when you know that he doesn't have it. I mean, he already had 2 wild pitches, gave up a run. The next 2 batters got on at first and second. There's no outs. What more do you need to know? He ain't it. Jesus. I mean, this is a very crucial series. We got Tampa Bay Rays. We got to win 2 out of 3. Then we got the Minnesota Twins at home where we could get swept. And then we're going to be playing the Orioles where we could get swept, right? The Rangers and Astros are getting hot. We had a 10, 11, 12 game lead. Now it's down to 6. You know, and if the Astros and Rangers get hot, if we end up winning 1 out of 3 against the Rays, 1 out of 3 against the Twins, 1 out of 3 against the Orioles or get swept, we might be tied, you know, with the Astros or Rangers in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. I don't want that. Fucking A. On top of who getting hurt? Jesus Christ. To live the life of a fucking Mariner fan, man. Can we catch a break, please? Next up for the Rays, Ben Rortvedt. Bottom of the 4th, runners at first and second, 0-2 count from Sauce to Rortvedt. The only thing that we can pray for here is that we can get a double play, and then we can end up, you know, getting closer to out of this inning. Shit. I think I could do a better job. You know, managing the lineup and bringing in players that would be a better fit chemistry-wise with this roster. Big swing and a miss. There goes Rortvedt. At least Sauce did something right. 1 away. There goes Rort. Next up, the former Mariner, third baseman, Jose Caballero. I mean, it's so hard for us to get hits and runs as it is, and it looks like he's finally going to pull him after he got the 1 out. He didn't want to pull him without no outs, but here goes Sauce. Good job, Sauce, you fucking idiot, you moron. You're garbage. Every time you go out there, you suck. And the only way that you can end up doing anything is if you only need 1 out in the 7th, 8th, or 9th, you can do that. But if you need to get 2 or 3 outs, or if you start an inning, you'll never finish an inning. And again, you know, I hate to be, you know, a negative Nancy towards this guy, but again, I've seen enough out of him. Guy is not it. He is one of the worst on the team, and it's not even close. Him and Bizzardo, what are you doing? This guy stinks. Fucking A. I've never seen a guy throw a pitch. And the thing is, right, if you're going to throw a pitch, throw the first pitch to the catcher, you know, and instead of just going to first and then throwing it 5 feet away from Ty France and having the runner go from first to third, it's just ridiculous. And then another wild pitch. 2 wild pitches should have been, all right, you're gone. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, Scott likes to keep them in there too long most of the time. All right, who are we bringing in? It better not be Bizzardo. Trent Thornton coming in. I like Trent more than, obviously, the other 2. So we'll see how this goes. But even Trent fucks up. Where's Matt Brash when we need him, huh? This might be the last time you see a photo of you on the stream ever again, Sauce. Terrible. All right, come on, Trent. I mean, it's bad enough that Wu got hurt. Now we have to worry about Sauce going in there fucking everything up. But luckily, it was only, I guess, 1 run. Still. All right, come on, Trent. The sad thing is Scott can't go because the chances are we wouldn't get anyone as good as him. You know, the managers in baseball, it's not like NFL and college football where you can just fire a guy and then bring someone else in. You know, in Major League Baseball, out of 30 teams, there's probably only 10 managers that are good, to be honest, and the other 20 are just like kind of average, you know, or bad. So, and a lot of times they do former players, right, and whatnot. But again, it's not like you're going to be able to get a guy from college ball and he's really good and then he's going to go to the MLB. It's a lot of recycled pieces over and over again, kind of like in the NFL. You know, but you have at least that NFL will go to the college ranks and pluck a couple guys, you know, like Harbaugh once in a while. You know, but in Major League Baseball, you fire Service, you know, then we'll probably get someone worse than him, not necessarily someone better. You know, really, we need to figure out the ownership and the GM. But most of the time, you know, I would say Scott, you know, does a decent job, you know, 65% of the time, 70%. And even though that doesn't sound very good, that's still better than 2/3 of the other managers that are in the big leagues. And we are a top 10 team. It's just he needs to understand, situational baseball better, with, when to pinch hit a certain guy, when to bring a guy in, when to take a guy out. But every manager struggles at that. No one's perfect. Big swing and a miss, the Andy Diaz. It shows you how important pitching really is in the big leagues, especially bullpen guys. You could have a big lead, 5-0, and then all of a sudden you bring in your bullpen and you could lose that lead within an inning. So you worked really hard for 5-6 innings with a 5-0 lead, and at the end of the game you might lose 6-5, and then all of a sudden you say, how the fuck did that happen? The bullpen. Bottom of the fourth, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Come on, Thornton, keep it clean. There's a lot of problems with the Mariners. The GM, right? The owner, the manager, the fact that we're the number 1 strikeout team in the last 100 years. We need more bats. We need to spend more money. We need better bullpen. But we got, good pitching staff and a good closer, and we have good players. But, again, we're still first place, but, there's a lot that we could improve on. Pitches outside, 1-2 count. But really, the single thing that could really help the Mariners is if we spent money. If we spent money like the Dodgers and had rich people, like 10 millionaires like Magic Johnson and a bunch of the millionaires like the Dodgers have, group all their money together, then they can end up getting big contracts for big superstars. Not saying that we could get a Shohei Ohtani, but we could end up getting some like all-star type of players, here in, every other year, type of thing, instead of like never, You got to spend money if you want to end up being the best at some point. You just can't, put in 54% effort and hope that the team overachieves every year so you can profit more. And that's kind of the Mariners' MO. They're cheap. The owners and the GM, they don't want to spend money because they want to profit. But at the end of the day, you're only going to go so far if you have that mentality, especially if you're a playoff team. Sometimes you need to spend money to bring in a couple more bats or a couple more pitchers. It's going to help you get more money and more wins, right? Because that's ultimately the goal, to get to the fucking World Series, right? It's like, why be so cheap all the time so you can profit and just watch us lose every year? And every once in a while we'll overachieve, and then they'll think that they're geniuses by not spending money. Oh, look what the team did. But that wasn't because of you. That was because the team overachieved, But I hope one day Mariners will spend big money, and if we ever can get to that point, that'll be an exciting day. Big swing and miss. There we go. Thornton gets us out of that inning. End of the fourth, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. Nice job, Trent. Should have never brought in Saucedo. Cut his ass. Send him to AAA. Same thing with Bizzardo. Terrible. Nice job, Trent. Let's go to the top of the fifth inning. Let's see who's up next for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, 0 for 1 with a K, Dominic Canzone. Batting second, 0 for 1, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. And we need a better DH than Mitch Garver. We need an Edgar Martinez type, a JD Martinez type. Come on now. And batting third, 0 for 1, third baseman, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Let's go, Hollywood. I've been watching the team for a long, long time, since the 80s, so. All messages. Fuck. Sauce is ass cheeks again. I said send him to AAA. Fucking A, dude. But at least he only gave up the 1 run. But again, this game is very low scoring. So, to give up that run that we earned with Cal Raleigh with that homer, and then with 2 wild pitches, you just gave the run back. Like, what a waste. What a waste of space Sauce is. Golly. All right, hopefully the bats can heat up here. And then we know Taj Bradley probably only has maybe another inning or 2. So once Bradley goes out of the game, that's when the Mariners should start raking. And hopefully we can end up winning this game 3-2 or 4-3 or even 2-1 if it ends up being low scoring. So far, Taj Bradley, 3.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 days. And obviously we went from Woo. He got injured. Sauce came in, fucked it all up, gave up the run on 2 wild pitches, and then Trent Thornton got us out of the inning. All right, come on, Dirty Dom. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. 0-1 pitch to Dom. Pitch is high and inside. 1-1 count. See if we're at 30 likes yet. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're at 52 people in the room. Let's see where we're at. We got 32 on YouTube, 20 on Twitter/X. Dribbler towards first. One away. We're at 28, 29. We need one more to hit 30. So if you are watching and you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Be number 30 for us. We want to hit 30 to 50 by the time the game ends. We need one more to hit the first initial goal of 30. We had 20, obviously, in the first hour. Now Service might get ejected here to try to get the team motivated. They're trying to say if that was fair or foul. Let's see if it actually was foul. That was a foul ball, and then the ump called it fair. Clearly foul. Idiot. So many idiots today. God, fuck. How is the ump going to call that fair when it clearly was foul on the opposite side of the bag of first base? Idiot. Garver popped up, and that goes foul. I wouldn't have minded of Service getting ejected there for the team to give us a little energy. And sometimes, Scott will do that. He'll sacrifice himself to get the energy, level up to get the players on edge, and then usually we'll capitalize off that ejection as long as it's not one of our players. Garver behind in the count 0-2. Come on, Garv. 173 average so far here in 2024. Unacceptable. But he's better in June than he was in April and May. 0-2 pitch from Bradley is high. 1-2 count. Come on, Mitch Garver. Pitch is low and outside. 2-2 count. Struck him out. There goes Garv. Can we get a new DH, please? Someone that can actually hit, please. It's not you, Mitch. Sorry. Next up, third baseman, Hollywood Josh Rojas. 0 for 1. Let's make it 1 for 2. Let's go, Hollywood. First pitch to Rojas for a strike. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch to Rojas. Chopper towards first, foul. Behind in the count 0-2. Come on, Hollywood. Let's get that batting average up. You were batting 300 to 350 in the 9-hole early in the year. Now you're down to 262. 4 homers and 15 ribbies. You were very good in the first 25 to 30 games, but you've been kind of going in the wrong direction. You've been sliding a little bit. Let's go. Pitch is outside. 1-2 count. Let's go, Josh. And maybe batting in the 9-hole will get him back into the groove. 1-2 pitch. Into the dirt. 2-2 count to Hollywood Rojas. Come on, Hollywood. 4 photos. You got to get a hit. Two pitch. Pitch low into the dirt. 3-2 count. Come on, Hollywood. 4 photos of you. You got to get a hit. Three-two pitch. Rojas got jammed. That one goes into foul territory. Nice souvenir for a fan. Top of the 5th, 1-1, Mariners and Rays. Come on, Rojas. Take a walk. 3-2 pitch. Good eye. Takes the walk, baby. There we go. Nice job, Josh. Solid. Nice job. Next up for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. Great two-way player. Probably the best personality on the team. If you actually hear him interview. Very chill, relaxed, cool dude. J.P. Crawford. Top of the fifth, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. 0-1 count from Taj Bradley to JP. And if you're just tuning in, Cal Raleigh had a solo dinger in the top of the fourth, 1-0 Mariners. And then Taylor Saucedo came in and fucked everything up. Wild pitch to first. Runner went from first to third. Second pitch, wild pitch. Runner went from third to home. And now we are tied up at 1-1. Well, they can't hate on the Pac-10, Pac-12 anymore because it doesn't exist. But yeah, lots of hate, West Coast bias. Like even when we have like the best, division in college football, they still wanted to shit on us. Like if you went from top to bottom to look at all the quality teams that we had, they still wanted to complain and talk about the SEC that had a down year and the Big Ten besides Ohio State and Michigan. Like, at some point, I get it. Yeah, we might not have any natties except for like USC and like the Pete Carroll era in the last 25, 30 years. But at least some of the teams have gotten there, like the Ducks and the Huskies. And when you're going against the Georgia Bulldogs or Michigan or Ohio State or Alabama, fucking A, it's hard when those teams have like 100 fucking NFL players on them, and then you got like 5 or 10, it's hard to keep up with rosters like that, especially if they have really good coaching at that time as well. It's like you got over 100 Division I teams and you only have 4 teams that have a shot to win it all. I mean, that's the fucking problem. But now with the, NIL deals and no, obviously loyalty whatsoever for coaches or players, people can bounce after a year and then just go to another team. So that's why I feel like Saban and Harbaugh left, because they know that everyone has a fair chance now. And now it's not Georgia, Bama, Michigan, Ohio State. It's not those 4 anymore. Now you're going to start to see a few more teams be a little bit more competitive, not just Oregon and Texas. And I feel that's a big reason why they left, because now the advantage that they had with recruiting, it doesn't exist anymore with the NIL deals and people not having that loyalty and just transferring every year. You could have a quarterback on your team and all of a sudden you lose him to the NFL, and then normally you'd be screwed unless you're like a top 10 recruiting team. But now, like if Oregon loses Dylan Gabriel, fuck, we can go get 2 more. We can go swoop up a South Carolina quarterback, a Texas A&M quarterback. We can scoop up anybody, that wants to transfer. Or if there's a Ohio State quarterback that's a backup, but he's not getting playing time, boom, come to Oregon, and then they can play for us. So it's like no matter if we lose pieces, it's not a big deal anymore. But in the past, if you ended up losing a key piece, it could hurt you unless you were one of the top 10 or top 25 teams overall or recruiting-wise. And that's big facts. Things have changed in college football. Top of the fifth, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Next up, Jorge Polanco. First game back in about a month and a half, due to the injury, and hopefully he'll be able to stay up here and make a difference. Let's go, Polanco. Trident's up. Come on, Polo. I mean, the only way that the West Coast bias is going to really end is like the championships. Like Oregon has to win one. I'm not sure about the Huskies. They already went and put all their chips in the last year, so they're not going to probably be that good anymore. You know what I mean? But again, if a team like Oregon could end up winning it all, then they can't say, well, you guys got the uniforms and the jerseys and the pants and the cleats, but how many championships you got? 0, and then eventually once we have our championship, then they can't say that anymore. We need to get to that point. And nice catch by the ball boy. But Oregon and Texas are going to have a really good chance against Georgia and Ohio State. But again, it might take us a couple years, but I wouldn't be shocked if Oregon wins a natty in the next 5 to 10 years, and we need it. One-two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Got him. There goes Polo. Polanco. Maybe we should have kept Tyler Locklear and kept Polo in AAA. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. Next up for the Rays, 1 for 2, right fielder Josh Lowe. Batting second this inning, 1 for 2 with a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And batting third, DHing for the Rays, 0 for 2, Isaac Paredes. Yeah, I would have put him in the 9 hole and kept Rojas at number 2. You know, Polanco stinks at the 2 hole. And again, I would have kept him down in AAA. I don't think he's that good, to be honest. He's not. Sometimes he's a liability on defense. He can't hit. You know what I mean? Like him and Garver were a mistake. We shouldn't have picked those players. I honestly think that we could get better production out of our AAA players than, like Tyler Locklear and anyone else that we want to bring up, like Lazaro Montes. You know, put Lazaro Montes in right field, and then let's bring back Tyler Locklear and send Polanco to AAA, even though that's not necessarily something they typically do from a guy that you bring in from free agency. But, the bottom line is if you can't play, we need to get rid of you, somehow, some way. Go to a minor league team or, trade you off to another team. So, but I don't got any real confidence in Polanco. Not a real big Mitch Garver guy either. I feel that the only really good move was the Luke Raleigh move for Jose Caballero. So, I totally agree. And again, they did that for the first part of the season, remember? Scott Service sometimes is a fucking idiot. He did JP, Polanco, Julio, and all 3 of them were batting 150. And he's like, I don't understand what's going on. And then Rojas in the 9 hole was batting 300 to 350. And then finally, after an injury happened to JP, they moved Hollywood up to the 1 or 2 hole spot, but it shouldn't have been due to an injury. You should have moved Rojas up because he was playing well, Polanco stinks, man. Like I said, Polanco should be batting 7, 8, 9 hole, not 1, 2, 3 hole. Facts. You understand, Steven. You understand my pain. Bottom of the 5th, 1-1, Mariners and Rays. And again, for all those questionable moves that Service makes, he's lost us at least 5 to 6 games this year, but also he's won us 5 games or 6 games based on some of his decisions. But a lot of the decisions that he makes that are wrong, like every Mariner fan, even dumb ones, can see it. It's like, I'm not saying it's you, because I don't think anyone in the room here is dumb, but again, you don't have to be an expert Mariner fan to understand that some of the moves are stupid. Like Polanco's been gone for a month and a half, 2 months. Why the fuck are you putting him in the 2 hole? He couldn't hit before. What makes you think he can hit now? Because he went, he had 2 home runs in his last start for Tacoma, 1 from the right side and 1 from the left, and all of a sudden he's going to bat 300, 400? Dumb. Fucking A, Service. 3-1 pitch from Thornton to Lowe. That one's fouled off. 3-2 count. I totally agree, man. No reason to put Polanco in the 2 hole. Stupid. Especially if we struggle with hitting. Three-two pitch. Got him. There we go. Nice pitch there by Thornton. Nice punch out. Let's go, Trent. Next up for the Rays, 1 for 2, and a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Appreciate you, Steven. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang, bang, $1 holla. Let me know what you want to do for a photo if you got a favorite player, and I got you in the commercial break. We're at 6, 94 to go. The sad thing is, Megan, is that Haniger is not playing well. Garver is not playing well. I mean, he did terrible in April and May, did better in the first 2 weeks of June, but then in the last week and a half, he's back to his old ways. And Polo is just coming back from an injury, but those guys have not really been very good. Really the only player that's been good that is new that's to the team is Luke Raleigh. That's really been the only player that's new that's been really good. And hopefully that those players will get better, as the season goes on. Otherwise, they're going to get replaced. No, not yet. You left, so I figured I'd wait until you come back. Bottom of the 5th, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. 2 outs. Isaac Paredes in the box, 0 for 2 with a line out and a foul out. Pitches outside, 1-0 count to Paredes, 278 average, 11 homers, 39 ribbies in 2024. He said Bucky Jacobson popped up. What a rando name, dude. I love it. I guarantee 99% of Mariner fans, they don't even know who that is. Oh, there goes Paredes, the first base hit by Pitt. Paredes the first. Next up for the Rays, second baseman Richie Palacios. Pitches outside, 1-0 count. Wow. I mean, of course, some of the stuff is going to be not the crispiest. There's not a whole lot of stuff out there for Bucky. Popped up. Got him. There we go. End of the fifth inning, 1-1, Mariners and Rays. Your boy Bucky. Wild. Eastern Oregon legend, huh? Bucky. And what did you want me to bring up, Megan? Sometimes it's those obscure guys, you know, whether it's guys from the 80s, 90s, or the early 2000s. There you go. We had to find at least one clean photo of him in the Seattle uniform at a game. There we go. Instead of just like cards. Next up for the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, Julio. Pops it up, foul. 0-1 count. Okay, I got you. Little dribbler, throw to first, one away. Hope you enjoyed some of those rando ones, Steven. Good old Bucky. Right hamstring tightness for Brian Wu. He is not coming back in the game. Next up is Big Dumper Cal Raleigh. Hopefully Cal can get us going here again. Let's go, Big Dumper. Top of the sixth, 1-1, Mariners and Rays. Big swing and a miss, 1-1 count. Pitches outside. 2-1 count to Cal Raleigh. There you go. I got you. 2-1 pitch to Big Dumper. Pitches low and inside. 3-1 count. Go, Cal. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. Looking. 3-2 count to Cal Raleigh. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. See where we're at on the likes. We got 51 people watching. Top of the sixth, 1-1, Mariners and Rays. Are we at 30 likes yet? I hope we are. We're at 31. Nice. 9 more to get to 40. We're at 31. Let's try to get to 40 or 50 before the stream ends. We got 54 people watching. Cal Raleigh with the walk. Here we go. Next up for the Mariners, left fielder, Luke Raleigh. Let's go, Luke. Need a nice RBI here. It's like they're going to make a pitching change. Can't believe they're taking Taj Bradley out already, but 88 pitches in, I guess. But I guess better to take him out a little early than too late. But it's not like the Mariners are this amazing hitting team. All right, let's look at Taj Bradley's final stat line. A 5.1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 8 Ks, and probably it was those walks that got him. 88 pitches in. Could have went 1 more inning, but again, they're probably just trying to pull him before they get down 2-1 or 3-1, since the game is very, very close. Nice outing by Taj Bradley. See if I can get you another photo here before we get back from the commercial break. There you go. Captain in the building. What's good? We're at 34 likes, 6 more to get to 40. Let's get it, baby. We got 37 people watching on the YouTube side, 20 plus on the Twitter/X side. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And again, I'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place, 3:40 Pacific. And then on Wednesday, I'll do the Dodgers since the Mariners play at 9 a.m. I'll watch that game with Paisley, spend time with my mom since it's her birthday. And then we'll do the Dodgers and the White Sox on Wednesday evening at 5. And then on Thursday, Mariners and Dodgers have the day off. And the Guardians and Royals play on FS1 at 5. And I'll probably do that game. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're back in Seattle against the Minnesota Twins. And I'll do those games. Let's go, baby. Top of the sixth, 1-1 Seattle and Tampa knotted up. Runner at first with 1 away. Cal Raleigh at first base. Luke Raley in the box. Fouled that one behind the plate. 1-1 count. Come on, Luke. I love Luke Raley's energy. I like his effort. You know, he always works hard every single play. That one goes foul. 1-2 count. He was one of their X factors last year on the Tampa Bay Rays, going against his former team. Let's go, Luke. Pitch is blowing into the dirt. 2-2 count. Two pitch into the dirt. 3-2 count. Count is full. Let's go, Luke. Take the walk if needed. You don't have to be a hero. Three-two pitch. Got him. Big punch out. There goes Luke Raley, unfortunately. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Come on, baby. France, pop that one foul. 0-1 count. No problem, I got you. Pitch is high, 1-1 count. The tie for France, top of the 6th, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. Go Ty. Let's go Ems, finish strong. Runner goes. Safe, baby. Cal Raleigh stealing a bag. Nice job, Cal. Hey, he might be a big dumper, but he can steal bags. Third time this year, Cal Raleigh with a stolen base. One of the slowest guys on the team, but hey, he can still steal a bag, baby. Good job, Cal. Way to get yourself in scoring position, Cal Raleigh. One-two count to Ty France. Probably should have kept Tyler Locklear. And there he goes. Strike 3 to Ty France. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 Mariners and Rays. Get a drink here real quick. I'll be right back. David in the building. What's good? Must feel good to have a superstar like Bryce Harper. You guys are continuing to stay hot and are one of the best teams in baseball. Congratulations, man. Nice to not be shitty, for the first part of the year and get hot at the end of the year. And I feel that, ever since you guys ended up making that World Series run, I think that you guys are going to start off a little bit hotter moving forward, hopefully for your guys' sake. Going to first, one away. We got Bowman on the mound. Next up, Jose Citi. Bottom of the sixth, 1-1, Mariners and Rays. Come on, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. Let's see where we're at on the likes right now. Big swing and a miss from Siri. 0-1 count. We're at 34. We need 6 more to get to 40. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Thank you to whoever that was, possibly David. We need 5 more to get to 40. We're at 35. Pitch on the corner for a strike. Behind in the count, 0-2 for Jose Citi. No problem. There we go. Got him. Nice job, Bauman. Next up for the Rays, catcher Ben Rortvedt. Come on, Mariners. Pitch in the zone for a strike to Rortvedt. 0-1 count. Hockey from home in the building. What's good? Is Edmonton going to pull off the miracle? Pitch is low and in the zone. 0-2 count. Oilers 1, Panthers 1. 5 minutes left in the first period. Could go either way. Popped up. Luke Rayleigh's got it. There we go. End of the 6th inning. 1-1, Mariners and Rays. I mean, if you end up losing 3-0, it's going to be one of the biggest collapses in sports, not in just the NHL, but in sports in general. Because in most cases, you can come back from 3-1. But normally, if it's 3-0, you're done. And this would be a crazy thing if Edmonton could win 4 in a row after being down 3. Let me tell you. But momentum is everything in sports. Uncle Mo. If you got Uncle Mo on your side, anything can happen. Let's see who's up next year for the Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, 0-2 with a K, right fielder Dominic Canzone. Batting second, 0-2 with a K, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. And batting third in the 9-hole, 0-1 with a base on ball, third baseman, Hollywood Josh Rojas. Come on, Mariners. We need the moose to come out. I mean, what do we need here? Double moose? Triple moose? We need all the mooses? Come on now. We need a rally. Let's go, Ems. In the zone, can zone. Get him a calzone, whatever he needs. Fucking A. Let's go. Dirty Dom. Get it done. No, there's more than one Dirty Dom. Not just Dominic Mysterio, baby. Let me see the stat line here for the Oilers and the Panthers. Janmark scored for the Oilers first, and then Verhaeghe ended up getting the goal to tie it up for Florida. So if you're just tuning in the top of the fourth, Cal Raleigh homered to right center to give us a 1-0 lead. Then they brought in Taylor Saucedo. In the bottom of the fourth, Palacio was at first. They had a pitch to first, Wild. He went from first to third. Second pitch, it went into the dirt wild, and he went from third to home, and that's how we have a 1-1 tie. So if we didn't bring in Saucedo, maybe we're still up 1-0. But it is what it is. It's too late now. And then Brian Wu exited the game early with hamstring soreness, and that was a damn shame because he was actually doing decent. All right, baby. Let's go, Dom. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Let's go, baby. One pitch to Canzone into the dirt. Good eye. 2-1 count. Let's go, Dom. Top of the 7th, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. We have to win 2 out of 3 because the next 2 series are going to be the Minnesota Twins at home, which we could get swept, and the Baltimore Orioles, who we can also get swept at home there too. So, it's going to be very critical not to win 1 out of 3 in all 3 series, because if we go 3-6 in the next 9 games, the Astros and Rangers are going to catch up. We only got a 6-game lead, so unless all those teams start losing at the same time we do, but Canzone with a walk, we'll take that. Canzone to first. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, Mitch Garver. We're at a mound visit here for the Rays. First pitch low and into the zone for a strike to Mitch Garver. 0-1 count. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I always look at your posts and I always try to be able to show some support, to grind it out and whatnot. And again, I think that, for being a way too early prediction, I think it's pretty spot on. I mean, like I said, it just depends if you watch football and you follow it, and like you follow the whole top 25 or the top 50 teams, or you don't. Otherwise, if you don't and you only follow your own team, then you're not going to be able to come up with predictions like that. So obviously, I know you're pretty well-rounded and try to cover other teams other than just the Pac-12 that doesn't exist anymore, or just Oregon. But yeah, I think Oregon or Ohio State is going to win the Big Ten, and I feel that the rest of the predictions are pretty solid. Georgia should win the SEC, Oregon or Ohio State for the Big Ten. Big 12, obviously Utah will have a very good shot to do that. So I feel that for the most part, it looked pretty solid. Top of the 7th, 1-1 Mariners and Rays. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is outside. 2-2 count to Mitch Garver. Davinsky is in the game now for the Rays. Record in 1-run games this season, 17-8 Mariners. Rays are 15-7. And again, we're much better in 1-run games than we were last year. In 2022, we were very good. We had a point where we were like 20-5 in like 1-run games, and then last year we were fucking terrible. That's why we missed the playoffs, barely to the wild card. But this year we're kind of getting back on that level, and Julio, Cal Raleigh, and George Kirby's rookie year in 2022, where we're very good in 1-run games. But again, we got to get more than one goddamn run. We got to be able to try to get 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. But when you're like the number 1 strikeout team in baseball, it's hard to be able to manufacture, hit after hit after hit, or RBIs and home runs consistently every day. Garver popped up as the runner goes. Count remains full, 3-2. We just need better players at DH, better players in right field. We need to upgrade Haniger in right field. We need to get a better DH than Garver. We need a couple more bullpen guys to replace Saucedo and Bazzardo. Fucking A. But 3-2 pitch. Let's go! Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about, baby. We're waiting for someone to come up big. Back. Mitch Garver, homer to left, 400 feet. Danzone scores. 3-1 Mariners, baby! Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Finally coming up big after being asked forever. It was terrible in April and May, besides pretty much this play that we remember that he had to walk off. Right, in the first couple weeks of June, he was great, and then the last week and a half, 2 weeks, he hasn't been very good, and now he's getting back on track. Mitch Garver! 3-1 Mariners. There you go, Guard. Next up, Hollywood Josh Rojas. Fuck yeah. And sometimes guys that are the most unexpected, heroes come up out of nowhere when you don't expect anything, and then all of a sudden, finally, Mitch Garver, ends up doing something. But also Cal Raleigh also has been struggling also. So nice to be able to see both catchers that have been underwhelming in the last 2 weeks to be able to kind of get back going, reflect with a tenor. Captain Oreo loves that. Let's go, baby. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack, bang. 3-1 Mariners. We're not losing this. And again, we got the Minnesota Twins and we got the Baltimore Orioles. We don't want to win 1 out of 3, and go 3 wins, 6 losses, because then the Astros and Rangers are going to catch up. So we have to make sure that we're trying to win 2 out of 3 every single series, or at least get 2 out of 3 against the Rays, 2 out of 3 against the Minnesota Twins at home, and then if we win 1 out of 3 against the Orioles, I don't think anyone would be mad. Baltimore's one of the best in the world right now, right? But if we could get 2 out of 3, it would be great, especially if that second win ends up being the game that I go to on July 4th. But that's probably the game that they are most likely to lose, the rubber match. 2-2 pitch is low, 3-2 count. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Hollywood. That's a little karma there for Sauce kind of fucking it up in the game early on. Brian Wu with tight hamstring tightness, so he got out early and he couldn't put any pressure on that leg. And if Sauce didn't have those 2 throwing errors to first and that obviously to home to Cal Raleigh, the game might be 3-0 right now, but at least we were tied 1-1 at that point. And way to Mitch Garver, 2-run blast to give us that 3-1 insurance. Let's go. Top of the 7th, 3-1 Mariners. Rojas, back. Just foul. Nice catch by that fan in the outfield. He had a glove. If that was just a little bit more left, that could have been another homer. That would have been huge for Hollywood Josh Rojas in the 9-hole. And obviously getting him, back into a groove, might be by putting him in the 9-hole. And that's when he was batting 300 to 350 for us at the beginning of the year when we had JP, Polanco, and Julio all batting 150. Rojas, glide out to center to Siri, 1 away. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. Appreciate you. Reflecting the building. Captain Oreo jumped out of his seat after that homer, like all of us Mariner fans. Next up, J.P. Crawford. Let's bring that electricity to the lineup. Pistol fingers up. Let's go, J.P. Trying to win 2 out of 3. And remember, we play at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, so we're probably going to lose that game. So this game and tomorrow are going to be very critical for the Mariners. Or if we win today, lose tomorrow, and win the rubber match at 9 a.m., but I just don't know how we're going to win in the morning. We haven't really proven we can do that, let alone in the morning and on the road. It's like a double negative. It's one thing to play early at home at 9 or 10 a.m. and lose, but to play at 9 a.m. on the road, and then get your ass kicked, it's, not ideal. O2 pitch to JP. Pitch is low and inside, 1-2 count. It's a good record there. One-two pitch. Crawford crushes that one foul. Count remains 1-2. Time's called. Thank God. Cal and Garv, sometimes you need those unexpected heroes. And I'm not sure if I had those two guys circled in the lineup to make home runs today, but thank God they did. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is outside. 2-2 count. And I don't like Polanco being in the 2-hole after missing like 2 months. That was stupid. But again, Service putting him back where he was when he got hurt. But I would have put Polanco in the 7, 8, or 9 hole and moved Rojas up higher in the lineup. But, it is what it is. I like that, baby. The new 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits might be 3 or 4 runs. And if we can get 3 to 4 runs, even though it's not a lot, it might be the new 5, right? Like, they say 40 is the new 20 in age. 5 runs, maybe 3 and 4 runs is the new 5 runs now. Hey, I'll take it, man. 3-2 pitch. But then also on the flip side, like I said to you, right? We're 41-12 when scoring 3 runs, but we're like 4-40 when we scored 2 runs or less. So we definitely need to make sure we get that 3rd run. And thank God Dom was on. Obviously, anytime you can get on with a walk or a hit by pitch, you're going to take that. Because you never know when that unexpected homer is going to happen. And a 2-run blast is much better than just a solo blast, as we know. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Hopefully we're at 40 likes right now. We got 55 people watching. JP fouls that one off. We're at 36 likes. We need 4 more, 3 more to get to 40. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. 3 more to hit the goal. Come on, JP, good eyes. 3-2 pitch. Don't chase. Good job. We'll take a walk. And just being patient in the box can lead to runs. And I wish Julio would learn that. Because if he could get on with walks instead of just swinging at garbage in the first 2 pitches, how many extra runs could we have possibly gotten, with someone knocking Julio in? Next up, just about a month and a half, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Come on, Jorge. Show me something, or we'll send you back down to AAA. You can hit home runs from the right side and the left side in Tacoma. But hopefully he'll end up giving us a spark because we're going to need it from somebody. But I wouldn't expect a whole lot out of Polanco, within the first, 3 or 4 games. If he gives us anything, great. But, right now 0 for 3. I'd be very shocked if he hits a 2-run blast here. But, again, I'll take a fucking single. I'll take anything from Polanco that's positive. But he's kind of playing like he did before the injury. 191 average, 5 homers, 14 ribbies, kind of a disappointment. But again, hopefully, if he can stay healthy the rest of the year, hopefully he can get his batting average to 250, 260, and we can get those RBIs and home runs up. 1-0 pitch. Polanco crushes that one foul. 1-1 count. All right, no problem. Talk soon. Come on, Polo. You want to get on the Mariners fans' good side, do something here. 1-1 pitch. Right down the middle. For a strike. 1-2 count. I would rather go with Bliss than Polanco. And I know Polanco is probably like a political decision because of the money in the trade. But if we're talking about players that are going to be playing well, Bliss proved, and they sent Tyler Locklear down. I would rather have Tyler Locklear and Ryan Bliss than Polanco. Sorry, I didn't, I get it. Polanco, we spent the money for him, just like we did with Garv, and then we brought in Luke Raleigh for Jose Caballero. But I would rather have Ryan Bliss and Jorge Polanco. Either have Polanco DH or have him in AAA, And I know AAA is kind of harsh. Then make Polanco a DH and have him battle it out with Garv at the DH position, unless Garv ends up catching, But I think that Ryan Bliss has earned the right to be able to be the everyday second baseman over Polo. Fuck the money. It's about results. Bliss was much better. I haven't seen Polo getting singles, doubles, triples, and making an impact like fucking Bliss did. Polo popped up and caught. 2 away. But I don't like the Crawford, Polo, J-Rod lineup. I think it's terrible. I would rather have Ryan Bliss or Rojas in that 2-hole. That's much smarter to be able to put guys up there at the top of the lineup to hit. And I don't understand why Scott Service is so stupid sometimes by just keeping people in the same spots over and over and over. Julio needs to go down in the lineup as well. He hasn't been that good. So move him from the 3 to the 6-hole and then inject some spark and life in the bottom half of the order, and that could help us get some more runs there. I mean, it's not that hard, unless it's an ego thing where they have to play 1, 2, 3. Why have JP lead off every time? We can move him to the 2 spot sometimes and have Hollywood go in the 1 spot. Like, why is it set in stone? JP 1, Polo 2, Julio 3. Polo should be batting 7th, 8th, and 9th. Julio should be batting 6th. I don't mind keeping JP in the 1 hole, but again, understand the strengths of your team. And Scott is not very good at that. He's too analytical and too statistical, listening to the guys that are there in the dugout. Sometimes you got to be able to take, that out the window and just understand what the best flow of the team is. Unbelievable, man. Top of the 7th, 3-1 Mariners. But if we keep on winning, of course, changes aren't going to be made. We're just going to go with the traditional. Pitch right down the middle for a strike, 2-2 count. But until Julio can get his batting average up and get those home runs and RBIs up, again, Julio going from the 3-hole to the 6-hole would benefit us a lot more than keeping him in the 3-hole with all that pressure and him not coming up, big in those big moments. I don't know if it's like a mentality thing too. When you're at the top of the order, more pressure to get hits instead of being in the 6, 7, 8, 9 hole where things are a little bit more loose and no one expects anything. Right? That's a dangerous thing to have for a good quality hitter that one day may be a potential, day in, day out, great player, a year in, year out, all-star, potential Hall of Famer. Move Julio to the 6th spot. That's the perfect spot for him. 3-2 pitch to Julio and a walk. Oh, God. Julio didn't swing on a pitch that was 4 feet off the plate for once. There we go. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And MVP today, Cal Raleigh and Mitch Garver with home runs. And both guys have been struggling, so nice to see them get off the schneid. On the road in Tampa, for that matter, too. Yep. 1 foot to 2 foot off the plate is a strike now for whatever reason, yeah. It's like they want the games to end quick, and it seems like by wanting the games to end quick, then there's more mistakes. They don't care about accuracy. Everyone wants to be an Angel Hernandez. Get in, get out, ball, strike, ball. Fuck you, out. I'm eating dinner. Like they don't care. And everyone's strike zone is different. Depending on the crew that you have, it's not. What it's like. They show the box on the screen, but how often do you actually see punch outs land in the box? It's always, close to the line or like a foot to 3 foot off the box. And then they still call that strikes sometimes. So it is what it is. But at least we have a 3-1 lead, and we're hopefully going to end up getting this dub. And then we got a game tomorrow at 3:45 Pacific. Then on Wednesday, The game is on at 9 a.m., so I'll end up watching the game with Paisley, and then we're going to do the Dodgers and White Sox at 5 o'clock on Wednesday evening for my dad and all the Dodger fans. I know we'll get 1,000 to 1,200 views on that. And then on Thursday, the Mariners and Dodgers have the day off, and then I'll probably do the Royals and Guardians just because I want to spy on them a little bit. Both teams are great. Both of those are World Series contenders, and it's a good matchup. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're back in Seattle for the Mariners hosting the Twins, and that'll be very difficult because Minnesota is probably the biggest sleeper team in the American League. Best teams in baseball right now: Baltimore Orioles, New York Yankees, Cleveland Guardians, Seattle Mariners, Kansas City Royals, Minnesota Twins. You got 6 teams in the American League. Then you got the Braves, you got the Dodgers, you got the Phillies, and you got the Brewers. That's the top 10. And then there'll be some magical team that comes out of nowhere that'll join them in the National League for that 5th best team. But it'll probably be someone in the Central. Maybe the Padres. Maybe they'll be the 5th best, and maybe they'll make a wild card. Or someone in the Central, Cardinals or Cubs, popped up, and we leave 2 stranded. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th, but the damage is done. Nice job by Mitch Garver and Cal Raleigh. Let's go. Home run photo, and he gets a home run. Home run photo, gets a home run. I like it, baby. Let's go. Let me know what you want to do for a photo. If you want anything, I got you. For both of you. Next up for the Rays, the former Mariner, 0 for 2, third baseman Jose Caballero. Batting second this inning at the top of the order, first baseman Yandy Diaz, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. And batting third in the 2-hole, 1 for 3 with a K, right fielder Josh Lowe. Let's go Mariners. It's a pitching league, man. It's no longer a hitting league, for sure. All right, we need 2 more likes to get to 40. We're at 38. Now we're at 39. 1 more to hit 40, and then we'll have a good chance to hit 45 or 50 before the game ends. Smash that like button for your boy. We're at 39 likes. We need 1 more for 40. We gained a sub. That's always good. We've gained over 100 subs in a matter of a few weeks, so obviously the likes are helping. It's getting us more recommendations and more people watching on Twitter/X and YouTube now. We've got 61 people in the building. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety, they're tough. So make some minor adjustments to your daily routine. Exercise, eat less fast food, hang out with friends and your pets, go for a walk, listen to music. You'd be really surprised if you make those adjustments. It'll help you win the day. Get back. Static in the game, baby. Stanny. And we'll see how long Brian Wu is out. Hopefully he's not out for a long period of time, but with the hamstring tightness, we might have him on the IL for a week and a half, 10 to 15 day IL. Let's go, Stanny. Best mullet in the game, baby. 1-1 count to Jose Caballero. A ground out and a fly out. Let's make it 0 for 3. Got another sub. There we go. 95 to go to 20,400. And we're getting closer to that 4 million view mark, and we'll do some type of giveaway once we hit the 4 million. We'll probably hit that in a month or 2, maybe even sooner if we keep getting good amount of views on each stream for baseball for the Mariners. Maybe by football season, we'll hit that number, maybe earlier. Little dribbler by Jose Caballero for his first hit of the game against his former team. He met up with all the Mariners pregame, lots of hugs, lots of laughs. Nice to see Jose happy. Nice job, Jose. Glad it wasn't a home run to hurt us there. Next up, first baseman Yandy Diaz, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. And hopefully we can get a double play here. Pitch is low, out of the zone, 1-0 count. Cardinals are very streaky. You know, you never know what you're going to get from them game in and game out. And it'll be very competitive to see who catches up to the Brewers in that division, because it's either going to be a team from that division or the Padres that probably makes that last spot in the wild card. But we'll have to see on, how the injuries go and who's hot and healthy late in the year. Who's going to, compete with the Braves, the Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Brewers? Who's that fifth team? I don't think we really know just yet. Padres, and then someone. Who is it? Cubs, Cardinals? We don't know yet, but we'll find out. 1-1 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2-1 count from Stanek to Diaz. I don't know. NBA is trash, and no one watches it anymore except for you, David. So the NBA Finals and the NBA playoffs this year was probably the worst I've ever seen. And the NBA has been dog shit since 2016. So, again, you can bring in a guy like JJ. That's fine. He's got a little podcast with LeBron. Even though I hate the NBA, I still know what's going on. But it's unwatchable. NHL is better. MLB is better. NFL college football is better. Hell, wrestling, WWE is better. NASCAR is better. So I don't think it's really going to matter that JJ's coaching the Lakers or not. No one gives a shit. Is it going to help them win more? I mean, we'll see where LeBron ends up going, wanting to play with Bronny, but it's the Lakers. It's like, what are you going to get out of them? It's like they're really not the same team as they were a few years back. Anthony Davis gets hurt. LeBron is getting old as shit. So I guess if you want to get paid, good for JJ Redick to get paid, but he's just going to get fired in a couple years and go back to doing podcasting and whatnot. So, he'll always be the scapegoat there in LA. Did you think the NBA playoffs were good this year, David? Other than watching your Sixers? Take the Sixers out of the equation. Would you go out of your way to watch any other team play? And did you really enjoy it? Be honest. I mean, the quality of the game has gone downhill dramatically. I mean, the NBA used to be my favorite in the 80s and 90s, and I can't even watch it anymore. It's literally unwatchable. I mean, unless you're betting on the games. I guess if you're betting on them and that gives you a reason to win money. But if you're not betting and doing a parlay, I don't know why anyone would watch. I mean, even hardcore fans have told me that they can't really watch anymore. And these are guys that are diehard that used to watch all 82 games. So if you're an occasional fan, you're not watching at all. Sad state of where the NBA is at, but that's where it is. But at least they got like a couple things, I guess, to look forward to, like Wemby's development, to see where that goes. But not for me, man. But you keep enjoying watching Joel Embiid. So not really a true hardcore NBA fan, Sixer fan, but not like a diehard NBA fan where you're watching everything. Got him. Let's go. Nice job, Stanek. See who's up next here in the top of the 8th for the Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, left fielder Luke Raleigh. Batting second, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, first baseman Ty France. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a run, base on ball and a K, right fielder Dominic Canzone. Let's go, M's. It makes it much easier to watch if you got like a superstar that you're a fan of. Like if you're a Sixer fan and you're watching Embiid, I get it. If you're a Bucks fan and you're watching Giannis and Dame, I get it. If you're a T-Wolves fan and you're hopping on the Anthony Edwards train, I get it. Or if you watched Luka before he ended up not playing any defense in the finals and looking like a bum, and you like Dallas, then you got Luka. I get it. But if you don't got a player like that on the team that you're rooting for, I mean, it's really hard to be able to go out of your way to watch from beginning to end full games when you don't really have anybody to look forward to watching, unless you've been a fan and that's the only thing that you watch. But I just think that a lot of other sports have surpassed what the NBA product is. Sad to say. I mean, I would love the NBA to get back to where it was in the 80s and 90s so I can watch again, but I feel that it's going to continue to get worse. But again, everyone's going to have their thing that they like. Some people love basketball. Some people hate it. Some people love baseball. Some people hate it. Same thing with NASCAR, and some of the other sports like NHL. Obviously football and wrestling are kind of, genuinely recognized as, good entertainment. But not everyone that likes football likes wrestling either. So everyone's going to have what they like. But NBA is not for me, man. It's not good. It's not a good product. Top of the 8th, 3-1 Mariners. Go tie. Big swing and a miss. Behind in the count, 0-2. Yeah, but imagine, David, if you've never had Charles Barkley, you never had Iverson, you never had Embiid, would you still be watching every game from beginning to end? Probably not. Let's be honest. Having superstars on the team makes it easier. Even if the team doesn't go all the way and win a championship every year, if you end up having a Barkley, you end up having an Iverson, you have an Embiid, it gives you an extra reason to go out of your way to watch. But if those guys aren't there, the interest isn't going to be as high, even if it is Philadelphia. Top of the 8th, 3-1 Mariners. One-two pitch. Pitch is inside, 2-2 count. Everyone's going to have their own connections, to whatever teams or players from their childhood and beyond, But I just feel that the marketing and the way the game is played, the NBA players are soft, load management. You could save up money to go watch your favorite player, and then all of a sudden they're a late scratch because they got a fucking hangnail. Like, it wasn't like that back in the day in the 80s and 90s. They played hurt. They played with neck braces on. Fucking face crushed. They would still play. Now the NBA is soft. It's not really the same enjoyable league that I used to watch. Nobody plays defense. Everyone shoots threes, including the center. Again, if you like defense, the NBA is not the right league to be watching. And that's why probably I don't like it. I don't like the lack of effort, the laziness, and the overall just kind of shit product that it is. Some people enjoy it, and good for them. But again, it's hard for me to be able to watch a full game anymore. They just punched out tie. 2 away. How old are you to drink minimum? Answer that question first, and then we'll be able to evaluate your statement. Next up, Dominic Canzone. But you got to think, though, if the Eagles and Phillies and Sixers are on at the same time, one of them is going to get left behind, and it's definitely the Sixers. There's a lot more interest in the Phillies and the Eagles than what you're going to get there. And again, obviously, the big leap of faith happened when Embiid got there. But prior to that, it was a little rough for a while. So, I'm glad that you at least have a player that you can go out of your way to get excited about. But it's not the same kind of vibe with Bryce or with Jalen, for the NFL or for MLB. Top of the 8th, 3-1 Mariners. 0-2 pitch to Canzone. Got him. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Mariners, baby. Let's go. I don't think the jury's out on Jalen. You got to figure shit out. Coaching, play calling, defense, O-line. You know, it's a team game, and you got to be able to have players that want to play with each other, you know, and give everything that they got from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. I mean, he's a top 10 quarterback. A lot of people have him in the top 5. But he's definitely in the top 10, but where is he in the top 10? Let's see who's up next here for the Tampa Bay Rays. Leading off for the Rays, 0 for 2, DHing for Tampa, Isaac Paredes. Batting second baseman, Richie Palacios. And batting third, shortstop, Taylor Walls. Let's go Mariners. Got to get this win. Tush push is still a go, but you don't have Kelsey helping out with that anymore, so I don't know how effective it's going to be. Certain teams will run it still, but you got to have the offensive line to execute it. All right, both coming in. Let's go Austin. .278 average, 11 homers, and 39 ribbies in 2024 for Paredes. Bottom of the 8-3-1 Mariners. And if you're just tuning in, Cal Raleigh homered to right center in the top of the 4th to give us a 1-0 lead. Sauce came in. Palacios, wild pitch to first, went from first to third. Another wild pitch, went from third to home, tied it up 1-1. And then Mitch Garver in the top of the 7th homered with a 2-run blast with Canzone on board to give us a 3-1 lead. And the momentum is all Seattle right now, so we should be able to pull this off. We know the season is long, but you can kind of tell with some of these players if they're going to get better or not. And I'd rather get a chance for some of the young guys to get it going. You know, like I said, I've seen what I need to see out of Polanco. And again, I still need another month or two out of him, you know, but I don't think there's anything that's really, you know, lingering that we like, oh, he's going to pan out and be great. Like, I don't think anyone thinks he's going to be batting 300 and all of a sudden he's going to be one of the leaders on the team. I would rather go with a guy like Ryan Bliss than, you know, going with a guy like Polanco. And again, I get it. He just came back from like a month-and-a-half injury, but he didn't really do a whole lot when he was playing. And he was a liability on defense with errors. So, I don't know. You know, again, I would rather get the new guys a chance to play, see what they can do with like Tyler Locklear and Ryan Bliss, than rather just continuing to play every day a Jorge Polanco and knowing that he's probably not going to do anything. You know, and I know baseball's tough. It's one of the hardest sports to play. Hitting a baseball is probably the hardest thing to do in sports. But again, when you got a guy like Ryan Bliss that's been hot as of late, of course he's going to cool down. But again, I feel like you have a different type of swagger and confidence with certain players. Polo don't got it. Ryan Bliss does. And until Ryan Bliss ends up, choking and being fucking terrible and getting sent down to AAA, so be it. But again, I think some of the players, that we brought in weren't really, the players that really were a good fit for this team. I don't think really Garver or Polanco are really fits on this team. And shout out to Garver for hitting the 2-run blast today, but it wouldn't fucking hurt my feelings if Polo and Garver weren't on the team last year. Haniger needs to go. He's not good enough this year. He needs to get replaced. So we need to figure out, right field, and we need to get a couple guys in the bullpen. That's facts. Popped up to Julio, 2 away. The defense by Julio Rodriguez. I see you, Julio. Let's go, Austin. Taylor Wall is up next. First pitch to Walls outside. 1-0 count. I mean, sometimes, you got to be able to give these young guys a chance. And we got the second farm system in baseball. When's the last time the Mariners had 6, 7, 8 guys in the top 100? Fucking never. So again, we're going to trade 2 or 3 of them for a Luis Robert or a Vlad or a Bo Bichette or a Pete Alonso. That's up to them if they want to go that route. Maybe they go Brent Rooker or maybe Brian De La Cruz instead from the A's or the Marlins. If we're going to grab someone and put him in right field. But again, when a guy ends up, showing that he's got it, you want to make sure you keep him there, and you want to make sure that when they're hot, they stay hot, and and then you can evaluate instead of a guy that we kind of know who they are. And Polanco and Garv, like every once in a while, are they going to hit a home run? Every once in a while, are they going to have a 2-for-4 game? Yeah, but again, I would rather go with the young guys, rather than these guys that we brought in. That's just me personally, and not every Mariner fan will agree with me. But again, I feel that when we have guys like Ryan Bliss, we would rather have a guy like that than Polanco playing. Even if Bliss ends up having a couple games of 0-for-4 or 1-for-4, I can deal with that as long as his defense is good and he has a good attitude about him. I feel like Polanco, he might have been a good fit for Minnesota, but I don't think he's a good fit for Seattle. We'll see what he does in the next 2 months, but I would probably, guess that his batting average and his home runs and ribbies are all going to be around the same. I highly doubt that he's going to be injected into the lineup where all of a sudden he's going to go from, batting like 190 to 290, and he's going to go from 5 home runs to 25 home runs. That's not going to fucking happen. He's not a very good clutch hitter. He's a liability on defense. Ryan Bliss at this point, is a better option for Seattle moving forward. It is what it is. Go M's. I agree. I mean, if you want to put Polanco as a DH with Garv, that's fine. But I don't think that they should be playing every day. Polanco, good defense there, bud. Bottom of the 8th, 3-1 Mariners. I don't think every day the job is on the line, bro. How long have you been watching sports? You say you're 45. How long have you been watching? I've been watching since 1985, okay? And the job is not on the line every day. I disagree with that. Because obviously if the Mariner organization was smart, then they would have got rid of fucking Service and hopefully got rid of DePoto and fucking rebuilt this fucking squad. Had people want to invest money like the Dodgers, get a few millionaires to pool their money together instead of being 54% and going under the radar and just hoping that we overachieve while they make profit. Okay? And if we get rid of Service, we're probably going to get someone worse. Even though that a lot of us don't think he's the greatest, he's still one of the top 10, 12 managers that's out there. And if we end up firing Service, are we going to get someone better? Probably not. So there's a lot of frustration with him, but I think there's more frustration with the front office rather than Service. The Service frustration is probably 25%, but the other 75 is going to be DePoto and then the ownership. It's not like we can go to college and get the best college baseball coach and bring him in for Service. It's a bunch of recycled names and a bunch of garbage. Like there's only 5 or 10 good managers in baseball, and that's it out of the 30 teams. Wow. Caught a break there. That brings in a run. 3-2 Mariners. Automatic double there for the Rays. Come on, both. Fucking A. Runners at second and third now with 2 outs. Ground rule double for Rortvedt. Great hit from him. Right down the line. Went down to one knee. Just about 5 feet away from that foul line there. Great hit. Next up, third baseman Jose Caballero. Got to find a way to get out here. All right, Andres Munoz coming in. Good shit. Let's end this shit. See you later, bud. You can go somewhere else and watch games. Let's go, baby. We don't want to make people dumber here. Bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Mariners. Let's go, baby. All right, baby. Let's get Munoz going here. Let's go, Andres. Let's go, baby. We need one more like to hit 40. Smash that like button for your boy. Thank you so much. We just hit 40. 10 more to get to 50. Let's get there. First pitch by Andres Munoz to Jose Caballero. Inside, 1-0 count. Let's go, baby. We got to get a 4-out save. Let's get it. 1 out here. 2 outs. 3 outs in the 9th, baby. 1-0 pitch. In the zone for a strike. 1-1 count. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Early career. Beard isn't as thick as it is now. Let's go, Mooney. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss on Caballero. 1-2 count. Let's go. One-two pitch. Pitch is outside. 2-2 count to Jose. We got 65 people in the building. Caballero chops that one foul. 2-2 count. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Let's go. 2-2 count to Jose with 2 out. Bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Mariner. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, foul. Come on, Mariners. Got to get out of this. Let's keep this 3-2 lead. Let's go. 100-mile-an-hour check swing by Jose. Let's go, Munoz. Let's go, Mooney. Time is called. From Panama. Two-two pitch. Great block by Cal Raleigh. That would have brought in at least a run from third to tie it up for sure. Like that sauce throw that we had earlier. Great defense by Cal. Saving a run there. 3-2 count. Come on, Munoz. Three-two pitch from Munoz to Caballero. Time is called. Fucking A. Come on, Jose. Damn it. Jose with a timeout call. Big pitch here. Three-two pitch. Is it a walk? Yes, it is. Fucking A. Bases loaded. Come on, Munoz. Come on, baby. Bases loaded. Next up for the Rays. First baseman, 1 for 4 with 3 Ks, Yandy Diaz. And Munoz is just throwing hard, but no location. Inside 1-0 count. You got to, dip it back a little bit. Instead of going for 100, 101, how about 95 and you have a little bit more control of where it's going in the strike zone instead of just trying to throw until your arm falls off. 1-0 pitch. There we go. Great pitch right there. Best one I've seen so far tonight from him. 1-1 count. Big Andy Diaz. We're at 16:84 to go. We got 74 people watching on YouTube and Twitter/X. Salute to you. Chopper towards first. And they just took the lead 4-3 Tampa. Brutal. Sometimes we get the good Munoz and it's bang, 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 1, 2, 3. And other times you can tell he just doesn't have it. And he just is throwing as hard as he can, but he's not really, hitting his, particular areas for location. And we just got fucking crushed right there. Now we're down 4-3. Fucking A, man. Where the hell is the defense? Brutal. We might have lost that game right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to come back now, even though we're only down a run. Next up for the Rays, Josh Lowe. Brutal. And again, that's the risk that you take by, bringing Munoz in early. He's got 2 5-out saves this season, and this would have been a 4-out save if he pitched next inning. But this doesn't look like the Munoz that's the good one. This looks like the crazy wild Munoz where he might be a liability here. Pitch is low in the zone for a strike. 1-1 count to Josh Lowe. Fuck. We have a hard time as it is being able to get hits and runs and to give up too late to our best closer, one of the top 5 closers in baseball. Brutal. Brutal, 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 brutal. Hopefully we can get at least a run and tie it up to go to extras and we can find a way to win 5-4. I'm hoping, but that's wishful thinking at this point. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3 Tampa. Big swing and a miss, and he gets that batter out, but it's too late. The damage is done, and now Tampa takes the lead 4-3 as we go to the top of the 9th. So now we're down to our last 3 outs, and now instead of being up, by 2, we're down by 1. Terrible. See who's up here for the Mariners and see if we can have some kind of miracle. Tough, man. Due up for the Mariners, 1 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs and a K, a 2-run blast. Mitch Garver batting second, 0 for 2 with a base on ball. Third baseman, Hollywood Josh Rojas batting third, 1 for 2 with 2 base on balls and a K. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. I think it was a mistake on bringing Polanco up. Should have kept him in AAA. I would rather have Bliss and Locklear playing every day than having Polanco play. Obviously, Bliss and Polanco playing the same position, and Locklear back up for Ty France. But I mean, sometimes when you got guys like Ty France and Polanco, and they're the vets, I get it. But sometimes it's nice to be able to go for a young player to see what they have instead of sticking with a guy where we know what we have with that player. We know what we have with Ty. We know what we have with Polo. And even though Locklear's numbers are lower than Ty, I wouldn't mind throwing him in there to see what we got. And Bliss has already proven to me he's better than Polanco. Obviously, young, and he only has a little bit of, games under his belt and whatnot. But I've seen enough out of Bliss that I would rather roll with him all the rest of the year at second base or shortstop than Polanco. He's resting. I mean, he went from right field to DH to, sitting on the bench. And again, that's the player that we need to replace the most. Right field is an issue. And I like Haniger as a dude, but and his defense in right field is good. Anyone we put in right field, Luke Raleigh, Dylan Moore, Haniger, Canzone, they can play D, but nobody can hit out there when they play in right field typically. So that's where we need to figure out where that bat is going to come from. Someone that plays left field, center, or right, and we can move them into right field to help us out with the numbers. Top of the 9th, 4-3 Rays. One for 3 with a 2-run home run in the 7th. And there goes Garver with the punch out, 1 away. Now we're down to our last 2 guys, Hollywood Josh Rojas and J.P. Crawford. This one might be over. And of course, when you give up 2 runs to your closer, emotionally, and the vibe is kind of fucked. Like I give us a 1% chance of actually tying this or coming back. I don't think it's going to happen because after Munoz gave up, that big hit, and now we're down 4-3. Even though we're only down 1, I highly doubt we're going to get it. We're going to have to wait till tomorrow and hope that we can win on Tuesday and Wednesday. Rojas popped up, routine play, 2 away. And that's not me being negative. It's just real. When you've been watching this team since 1985, when teams are going to rally most of the time, and then other times where I'm not saying they're giving up, but that was a big gut blow. It's like, getting in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime and you took one to the chin. Are you going to be able to respond or are you hurt? And right now, we got that gut punch and we got that uppercut, and I don't know if we're going to respond unless J.P. Crawford ends up being a hero right here and ends up getting a solo dinger to tie it up 4-4. Because you goddamn well Polanco ain't going to do it if he's playing in that fucking spot, which is stupid, in the 2-hole. We'd be better off having Julio up next, but even Julio struggles late in games. He's not really a clutch hitter. Pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 count, but it kind of feels like this one's over. And we're going to have to wait till tomorrow and hopefully score 4 runs or more, and we can finally match up with Tampa. That's what happens when you only win 1 out of 3 against Miami. We had a good chance to win 2 out of 3 or sweep, but again, very hard to play on the road when you can't get hits or runs that often. Top of the ninth, 4-3 Tampa, 2 outs, 1-2 count to JP Crawford. We need a miracle. Fairbanks on the mound, Crawford in the box. JP fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. And again, I'll be live tomorrow at 3:45 Pacific. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. And I gotcha. And then on Wednesday, I'll watch the game in the morning. We'll be doing Dodgers, White Sox at 5, and then Guardians, Royals on Thursday at 5. And then back to the Mariners and Twins in a 3-game set on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 1-2 pitch. JP fights that one off, fouls it back. 1-2 count. But anytime your closer ends up going in the 8th or the 9th and they give up runs, the game is over 99.999% of the time. And struck him out. I hate it when I'm right sometimes, but you just kind of can feel it when you're defeated, and you're not coming back. And if they got a decent closer, it's over, and there it is. Final score, Tampa Bay Rays 4, Seattle Mariners 3, and that's kind of what happens when Munoz doesn't come to play. And we didn't get the best Munoz that we're normally used to seeing. But again, hopefully we can bounce back tomorrow, and we can end up tying up the series and hopefully getting a win, because we're going to need to win the next 2. And remember, on Wednesday we play at 9 a.m., and we're terrible in morning games. So fucking A Mariners, man, hopefully we can find a way. But shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Tomorrow we'll have a good chance to come back and win. I promise you that. And I got one question for you. Who talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Thanks.